Good evening, everyone. Hope we are going well. I am very, very flat and very angry. Luke Parker, weekend ruined with a 48. Couldn't even enjoy the bloody Brody Grundy 129 as VC, unfortunately. So, story of my season. Not everything going to plan, unfortunately. Bring in Grundy, which is good, but then get Luke Parker. Literally could have picked any other forward and got a better score. Could have got Rankin, could have got Moore, could have got probably Dan Curtin, Jack Martin, Mason Wood. They're all going to score more. So, yeah, that is. I was very, very close to not doing a Watchalong tonight because I was in that better mood. But I thought I'll jump on and we'll see how we go. Lee Everett, Luke Parker. Yep, no, I don't want to be talking about Luke Parker, to be honest. He is certainly the last person I want to be chatting about right now. Red Line Loops is Olga. Who do I take off for Grundy? Smith, Myers, Petrarca, or roll into Dawson? What? So you mean you're looping to take the C? If Olga's your cover, then just, I don't know, chuck Petrarca on the bench as emergency. Chuck Myers on the bench as emergency, just in case Smith is a late out. Then you can just chuck Myers back on. So put Myers on the bench to loop Grundy score. You take the 129 there. Richards, Butters, and Colby being average isn't great on top of Luke Parker. Seriously, 48 against your former team, first game back at the SCG, and he had the role. He's in the midfield a lot. I'm struggling to comprehend how bad that was. 48. Seriously. Absolute weekend ruin of that one. And people say, like, oh, you shouldn't let fantasy ruin your weekend. But when you make content as much as I do, and when you do pods and stuff like that and invest a lot of time into this and you get a trade in, it is something that does ruin the weekend, unfortunately. Heaney, Boom. What's more important next week? McCurch, Nasire, Long, who has Tigers to Dunks. McCurch is fine. He got tagged and he still got to a 74, so he's fine. Probably it'd be Long to Dunkley next week, I think. Shitty Luke Parker, Peanut, Spud, Knob, Zach Butters a fraud. Well, he got a tag from bloody Finn McGuinness and he still nearly doubled Luke Parker's score, who didn't have any attention. If I didn't do my Martin incident, Heaney was my VC for sure. He was good. I wish I put him in the Captain's Challenge. I probably didn't look too closely at him, unfortunately. I looked more at Errol Goulden, who hasn't really done it the last couple of weeks. Limits. Can't wait to see past face to Luke Parker. Oh, mate. Absolutely flat. Flat as a pancake, unfortunately. Should I be taking the Grundy score for captain? Sneak fish. Yeah, you do, 100%. You take 129 every day of the week. Look what happened last week. Pools captains says limits. You agreed. Hey, Buzz, important question. Had Heaney VC, but my only way to get on is to put Gray on field and Hutchinson on the bench. But I accidentally had Corey Warner VC, who did not play. If I emergency Hutch, will I get it? Wait. Do you have Corey Warner? I'm assuming you mean you have Corey Warner emergency as well, Brisbane Buzz, because you had the VC on Heaney. Corey Ward didn't play, so if you've got two emergency forwards, you get the one that played. So you will get Hutchinson score, so you can do that. Who's the best option? Hutchison, Kelly, and Ross. Take a stab at Kelly, I reckon. He's been brought back in, as Taser said, to play as a mid, so you can take a stab at him out of those three guys. I'd go Tim Kelly. Ain't no way you had Heaney VC, says Will. In case Grundy got rested with Latham sub. Had Heaney VC in Supercoach, says Limits. Shannon Page, Geelong's Nevitt and Stevens did not play VFL today. Cat's expecting a laid out of a certain someone tomorrow, says Shannon. Oh, I wouldn't be shocked, Shannon. I would not be shocked. Wouldn't be shocked. Heaney pisses me off. 3 times Parker's score. What the hell? Yep. Mills was good today, says Lee. Yeah, he was. Yep. Brad's chin up Bales. I had Martin captain last week, and Moore just loves the wet. You can see why they need a roof stadium down there. Terrible. Yeah, agreed. They need a roof stadium, but it's just hard. It's just hard in such a tough season, and you can't get a few weeks of good. I had a couple of weeks of like good scores. Obviously, had a good round in round 16, but outside of that round, there's been very little enjoyment from this year, unfortunately. Well, the enjoyment actually has been interacting with all you guys on the chat. in watch-alongs and stuff, but in terms of actual fantasy, it's been pretty hard to enjoy much else outside that. I cannot wait for this season to finish, get to finals. Hopefully the Crows are there, and focus on that. Focus on AFLW fantasy and move on from this shithole of an AFL fantasy season, because it has been absolute horse shit. Yeah, I meant Corey Emergency. Yeah. So if you got Emergency, didn't play. So if you got the other Emergency as a forward, then you get the one that played. Who would have thought Sweet would go 200 Supercoach in the crap weather up north? Tassie, not me. Yeah, well, there you go. I literally could have gone Sweet McRae. Probably get a lot more points. And I was so close as well. I could have kept Cherry, traded Rosie out instead, and got McRae instead of Parker. But I thought, well, no, Cherry's out for the season. Rosie's going to be back next week. There's probably not much point trading someone who I thought would be close to McRae within 10 points. So I thought, no, I'll keep it as is. But I definitely should have traded out Rosie. Even if Rosie comes back and I get other trades, I'm probably going to lose 50, 60 points on that move alone, which cancels out the Grundy. As I said, that's why I couldn't enjoy Grundy's score, because Luke Parker's score was that bad. It just made the Grundy score null and void. Okay, yeah, I got a captain from it, but 48, like, seriously. Like, I could have got Cogs, who scored 19 points more, and he was 200k cheaper. Doc and Sheriff for 20, Holland 16, Haynes for 14. I'm hoping that Doc can have a good game tonight. If Doc has a shit game tonight, then my team is really in the toilet, because I've still got him. I don't think Doc has a good game against Melbourne tonight. We've got some defenders out, Carlton, so I'm hopeful that he has a good game, but he's starting on the bench from team sheet, so I guess we'll see. Nick Joe Caruso, hey, Bales, chin up with the Parker move. I traded in Huswaite and Filippo for shocking scores. I'm still top 400. Keep going, mate. Thanks. I appreciate it, mate, but yeah, it's pretty hard to... Because the thing is, right, it's if everything keeps going wrong, it's like it doesn't matter, because I'm so poorly ranked. It's just like, which probably means the other way, that I shouldn't be as angry, but I think the more annoying thing is that he was a unique in Hat Chat League 6, my matchup there. He was a unique for me. The other guy had Cornelio, and I thought, okay, I can potentially get a leg up by 22 points. He had Dale, he had Dunkley, and Parker drops that. So now I'm relying on McCarthy probably to ton up. I probably need Doc to go 90, 100 plus. I need a ceiling score or two from someone, and I need to rely on Chera and Hewitt, who he's got tonight. I need to rely on both of them to have really poor games, which I can't see happening against Melbourne. Burton was good today, says Lee. Yeah, he was, yep. Yep, he would have been nice to have had in the team. Why didn't Gordon performances for your friends? He's just been poor the last couple of weeks. Just hasn't got all of that cheap ball that he has been. I'm surprised he didn't go a lot bigger today. So, yeah, maybe he just had those couple of pop scores back to back. But, yeah, maybe I'm not going to... Just another one where it's like people pay up and they get subpar scores. More 143 points looks good at F6. I have had him for a while now. Good to get some reward. Yep, he was good. He could be someone back on the shopping list, because that was an absolute monster score. Burton will be in my starting team next year, says Limits. Yep, he's a good probably starting pick for next year, because of the fact that he will still probably have defensive status, and with all their defenders back, you would think that there's a good chance that he plays midfield again next year. They clearly want him there. He's played well, and I think with their defensive reinforcements all back fit and healthy next year, that'll be the case. About to get underway. After 12 likes already, so appreciate everyone that's done that. If you haven't smashed a like already, please do that. Who have we got winning tonight? I've actually gone for a bit of an upset. I've gone for Carlton, thinking that they're going to bounce back with a good performance, but I guess we'll find out how they go. Away we go, and the game is underway. Trading Gorn, hope he goes okay, says Karen. Yeah, and see, like, I could have gone Gorn and McRae, and that may have been the pick out of them, to be honest. Because, oh crap, forgot to bloody adjust a bloody player in my draft team, actually. Nuts are behind. Oh no, Kerno's kicked the first goal. I thought he missed it. He kicked the goal. So Carlton got the first goal on the board, Charlie Kerno. Yeah, it was in this league here. What did McInerney score? 99. Okay, that's fine. I was going to say, like, I could have either played Sard over McInerney, but no, McInerney got 99, so I'm glad that I played him. Okay, that's fine then. That's fine. I think the thing I got in trouble, I'm predicting. I was going to say, I currently got Jordan Sweet on my bench in draft for 132, but I'd have to drop like a Mateus Filippo or a Bailey Humphrey just to get that score, or just play Nank. I think I've got to play Nank. I'm projected to win. I'm projected to win by about 400, 500 points. So yeah, I think I'm pretty comfortable there. So I think we're okay. Nijo Caruso, can't believe Jordan went to McKercher over Sheasel. Oh no, I can. Jordan either plays as a tagging a midfielder or tagging a halfback. He doesn't tag a high half forward. So didn't surprise me that he did end up going to McKercher after quarter time, because he wasn't tagged in the first quarter, but McKercher had a pretty good first quarter, so they ended up putting the tag on him. The fact he's still got a 70-odd is still pretty good. He took still a few kick-ins, which is nice. So, yeah, people are probably going to trade him out. I think he's fine at D6. I think he's arguably a top 10. Well, I think he is a top 10 defender in this role. He's clearly, as I said, with a 74 with the James Jordan tag for a lot of the game. I know it got dropped late, but the fact that he's still got 74, I'm pretty fine with him. Funny enough, besides Parker, he's my only other score, I think, below. Actually, no, Caleb Daniel also went. So Caleb Daniel, Luke Parker, and Kyle McKercher, my only 3 scores below 90 for the round. So I was having a good round up until that Gorn dropped that mark then. They're going to pay that. Unbelievable. So George Hewitt starting on the bench as well. He was on 80 at 3/4 time with 6 point last quarter. Disappointing, says Doc Holiday. Who was that? Oh, you're talking about Gordon. Okay, yeah. So Gordon was on. Was he on? I didn't actually know what he was on, but yeah, 83 quarter time. That, yeah, it's pretty disappointing. He only had not much in the last quarter, to be honest. Have Kerno for 2. So good start, says Limits. What is this terrible strip Carlton are wearing? Looks like bloody GWS. No, it's they wear it every year. Brad, it's a domestic violence initiative, so it's like to raise money for domestic violence. So it's a good cause. So that's why they've got the orange. They do it every year with the orange socks and a little bit on the Guernsey. So come on, Carlton have to win this one. Says you bunkin 247. I hope so. I tipped them. They're probably roughly. I don't know if many people in my tipping comp would have gone, and I'm actually currently 4th, 1 behind 3rd, and 4 behind 1st. So be interesting to see who around me, if anyone went Carlton or if they all went Melbourne. I took Grundy VC. Just need my West Coast youngsters to get decent scores tonight, says Karen. Yep, yeah. I'm hoping that McCarthy can just put up a good score. That's what I mean. Like, I could have got Tim Kelly and saved a heap of money instead of getting Parker, and I would have had 200k to play with next week. That probably would have got a couple of those spud guys out. I think Mills has bought himself another week, which is good. With the 100, I'll keep him against GWS. I know it's a tougher matchup, but with the 100, it's probably bought him a little bit of time. Carlton have started pretty well, certainly looking better than what they normally have. There's Ashton Moy dropped. Didn't get that. I see. Part of me needs Ashton Moy to get to a good score, because if Bailey Smith is out, he's my cover. Which, if they've kept Never and there's Petrarca with a kick. If they've got Never and who's the other guy? Stevens kept them out of the VFL. That isn't a great sign, to be honest. There's Melksham. There's Cozzy. How is Cozzy all alone in the 50? And goal for Melbourne, so 1 goal apiece. When Adams came on, did it limit Grundy scoring? Yeah, it did. Grundy only played 44% TOG in the last quarter, which is like 129. I'm happy, right? We got him in for the pop score and he got a good score, right? I'm not going to complain with a 129, but Ladden's being sub was a very odd decision to begin with, and the fact that they then rested Grundy for the last quarter, that was a 150. That was a 150 that went begging, unfortunately, but I'll take a 129. It's better. Obviously, we saw last week when you get low scores, you take the scores regardless of how they come. round would have been great, but Liddy 15 has not made that, so says Limits. Yeah, and see, that's the other thing. Like, looking from my own team perspective, right? A lot of people had some poorer scores, and I was hoping that I was going to get a good score from Parker and not have to worry about getting a floor score, but unfortunately Parker has meant that I'm sort of back with a lot of the pack again. There's a tackle for Petrarca. Looks like Ashton Moy was in that CBA. Where's Doc? Doc's on a wing. Yeah, of course he is. I don't know why they persist with Doc on a wing. Like, they dropped him they put him to the VFL to get him at half back, and then he's playing on a wing. Like, seriously, like, they've got so many injuries back there, and he's still playing on a wing. Like, it does not make any sense. And then when you've got guys like Francis Evans in the team, that's what also doesn't make sense at all. Here's Cooper Lord passing off, and Kerno again. Kerno lining up for his second. So who was it that said they needed Kerno for 2 goals? Because he's lining up for his second already. Yeah, Grundy on the bench last 10 minutes. Yeah, he was on the bench for a lot in the last quarter. There you go. Kerno goal. Kicked a couple already. If Melbourne win, shit will hit the fences. You bunkin 247. I think that if Melbourne were to win this game, there is a good chance that Vossi's gone on Monday or Tuesday. I have to get one of those forwards. Who should I get? Says Harry Thomas. Which forwards are you talking about? The ones that were named before? Because I said Tim Kelly had those ones. That's who I'd get. But yeah, surely Bailey Smith isn't another laid out. Why don't Geelong just list him as out? Why can't they be fine yet for this? No, it's a good point, Nicky Joe. They should be in the NFL. If you have to name a player out or sick or whatever, they need to be on an injury report basically within, like, as soon as the club knows, it needs to be on the injury report. And if you don't, you get fined like $20,000. Okay, that's probably excessive. Probably not 20 grand in this, but I don't know, $5,000 fine if you don't list out the player straight away, or at least to the when you know about it. So, but yeah, it's disappointing. But oh well, is what it is. Should be holding the ball. Yep, Cripps with the free kick. Cripps go to Doc. No, he's going longer. No, Kerno couldn't take that one. Here's bloody Carroll. Wonder if he'll pass to Doc. He probably won't, because he never does. I've never had a good fantasy round, says Limits. Yeah, well, this year's certainly hasn't helped with many people, to be honest. Brisbane Blood, so do you think I should go risky with Kelly or safe with Jet Ross? Richmond play West Coast, Collingwood Gold Coast, but Eagles play Richmond, Freo, Melbourne with a 166 VC. Does that allow me to take the risk? I'd go Kelly over Ross. You save a bit of money. Kelly's got the pedigree. I'd go Kelly over Ross, I think. You can take the risk. Front sevens, you had Doc for a handball. There's Ashton Moyer. There you go. Ashton Moyer's kicked his first goal. So if he can get a 60, 70, I'd be pretty happy with that. Looks like, well, if Alga doesn't come back in, I'll be looping Ashton Moyer with probably, I would say Carl Daniel, but it might be Luke Parker. But yeah, in terms of Eagles, Richmond, Freo, Melbourne's not too bad, to be honest. And I think, and from what Taser was saying yesterday, is that West Coast have said something like Tim Kelly was asked to be dropped or asked to go back to the waffle, go back, find form as a midfielder, and then come back in as a midfielder, which has been where he's named. So Tim Kelly over Martin, says Harry. I think I would. Yeah, I'd probably take the punt, I reckon. Because if Martin's a sub tomorrow, then you're probably going to be kicking yourself. Bailey Smith out. I have no cover because Archie May was already covered for JHF. Oh, if Bailey Smith's out, there'll be guaranteed donuts for people, without a doubt. That's why I didn't loot a Caleb Daniel or Luke Parker with Ashton Moyer, because I was like, well, I'll need cover tomorrow in case Bailey Smith's out. So I couldn't afford to not have some sort of cover there in case it did happen. But unfortunately, that's just the way that it's been with Bailey Smith this year. Unfortunately. Let's do a refresh again. So Gawn's up to 13. So like if Gawn even goes 105, 110, that I've made the wrong choice. Like I was tossing up Grundy and Parker versus Gawn and McRae, and I went for Grundy and Parker because I thought, well, the upside of Grundy is the VC. I didn't end up going and I went obviously Parker over McRae. But if Gawn goes like a 105, 110, and then McRae tons up, I've definitely made the wrong call. Because I would have just I probably would have VC'd maybe Max Gawn. There you go. I think Melksham kicks the goal because it just refreshed there. Yep, goal for Melbourne. They're second. Who would I have VC'd? Well, I couldn't have. I would have had to have VC'd Max Gawn, I reckon. If I'd brought him in, that is. Because I wouldn't have had another red dot loop outside of that. Goat Joe, my cover for Baz's limits. Is there any talk of Basements being out or just paranoia from recent weeks laid outs? Oh, no. He had a fitness test in the week, apparently. Apparently, he was at the captain's run yesterday, but we just know with Bailey Smith, there's nothing guaranteed, to be honest. Was touching his hammy in training and didn't go too hard. His limits. There you go. What percentage of top 1K do you reckon went Grundy over Max? Oh, probably a lot. Probably a lot did. Did you go get Parker? Why not Myers? Yeah, unfortunately, Tim, I did go Parker. I couldn't afford Myers. I could have got Myers if I went for Gawn over Grundy, but I thought Parker was going to put up a solid enough score that was going to offset the McRae score, but then obviously get Grundy for the ceiling score, which is disappointing, but yeah, here's what it is, unfortunately. Is this going to be a potential Doherty +6 coming up? Should be. Lockie Cowan's past a Doc. Yeah, Doc +6. First points for Doc for the game. Obviously started on the bench, but at least it's good to see him getting a few points here. Would you take Whitfield VC 109 or just stick with Dawson captain, says Lee? Depends on your rank, Lee. It would depend on your rank and whereabouts you are in the rankings. If you need points to catch up ranks, then I'd take it on and go Dawson. But if you're near the top 100 or you're already happy with where you are, then I'd just bank the 109 because we saw last week with the injuries what can happen sometimes if you accidentally if you take it on, but then something bad happens, unfortunately. There's Petrarca with a +6 coming up. Oh, no, hang on, he slipped over. It'll be a +5 because he got the handball away. Hi, Bells. Hope your players do well for the remaining games. Thank you, Susan. Unfortunately, Parker's ruined my weekend. So, so I'm hoping that my rest of my players can go well. But Parker's certainly made a good job of meaning it probably doesn't matter too much to me at the moment, to be honest. Cherry got a handball in there as well. There's Bowie. That'll be out in the 4, I think. I'm down to 2 trades. Else I would have Parker in. He's been going well, says Karen. And that's what I mean. There's Doherty for another +6. He was going well. That's the thing that annoys me the most, is that he was actually scoring well in the last 5 weeks, and his role was still good. He still had a lot of midfield time. I wasn't worried with the role. It was with the scoring. And I honestly thought that the scoring would be there against his former side. First game back at the SCG. But unfortunately, to be fair, it wasn't all his fault. Sheasel missed him a couple of times, and there was a +6 in there. There was another probably kicks. That's 9 points that he got completely missed for. There's a couple of other +6s that his teammates kicked to him, and they completely missed him. So I reckon he left 25, 30 points at least on the table, which still is like a 70, 80 score, which is fine. And it would have been enough. I would have been happy enough with it, and I would have gone, well, I'm not too angry with that, but there's Doc with a handball. So Doc, few disposals. Did Grundy hurt my ranking, says Tim. I think him resting the last quarter probably, if you didn't get him, it was probably fine. But if you have him, 129's fine, right? You're pretty happy with 129, to be honest. Here's Doc again. Doc with a kick. Got smothered, but that's fine. We take the points. Not as much as it could have, Tim. It's his limits. Footy Frenzy. Next week, would you go Horn Francis down to an Eagles forward, Dewar, Hudson or Kelly, and Doc up to Whitfield? Or Doc down and Horn Francis up? I would do that first option, Footy Frenzy. Go Horn Francis at this stage to one of those Eagles forwards. If there's Petrarca with a handball. If Kelly posts a good score, you got a bit of confidence. If the roll's good, you go him. That should be holding the ball against Cozzy. Chera, that won't be a kick because that got smothered off the boot. And a ball in. Let's refresh these scores. Wait, what? Hang on. Why is... Hang on, give me a sec. I thought I plugged my charger into the computer into the PowerPoint. Give me a sec. I just got to fix it up. Hang on. And Cozzy's marked, lining up for goal. Yes, I didn't plug my bloody charger in, which was disappointing. The ruck dominance probably didn't help Parker as well as his limits. There was that as well, but it shouldn't have mattered. Like 2 tackles, come on, like that's pathetic. 2 tackles, he missed like 4 or 5 as well. The role and the game probably meant he should have at least got to a 75-80. But the fact that he didn't even crack 50 is disappointing. That's another goal for Cozzy. So Melbourne are back behind by a point again. Yep, I'm playing boys as Horn, France and Rosie on the bench, says Karen. Yep, yeah, a lot of people, unfortunately, have got a few of these bullets. Would you downgrade Horn Francis to Kelly if it meant getting Grundy next week? Well, Lee, what's the alternative? What's the alternative to getting Kelly? Because I don't think Kelly's like a slam dunk pick, right? Otherwise, I would have gone there and I would have picked him up, right? I just think he's a good pick for those looking for one of those cheaper forwards. Should be holding against Chera. Don't know why that wasn't paid. Doc's at half back, and he got a tackle as well. So take that. So Doc must be splitting, like, he must like come off the bench or start on the ground as a wing and then second half of the quarter go back to half back. So he's at half back at the moment. So, but Grundy's, so Doc's gone okay. Free kick against Gawn, I believe that one is, unless Doc's on the opposite wing. And again, Holland's ignoring Doherty when he was the easy option. Like, seriously. But Doc's up to 18 at least, so Doc's had a good start, which is nice. Playing the 10th ranked coach in my league matchup for top 2 spots. Spewing Grundy was rested in last as he's a unique to Darcy Cameron. Yeah, and that was, unfortunately, that was that we knew that when we saw Latham sub, right? When we saw Latham sub, a few of us were like, oh, okay, they're either going to sub Grundy out or they're going to rest him in the last quarter. And unfortunately, that was the case. I thought the game was really close for a lot of the game. It just unfortunate North fell away early in the last quarter, which meant that he wasn't required as much in the last quarter. But 129 is still good, right? And you've got Grundy now. I've got Grundy now. We got him for the rest of the year. There's tougher matchups, and there'll be games where he's got a great run for the rest of the year, right? So he should be good for the rest of the year. I have no fantasy players in this game. I'm just here for a good time, says Wado. Yep, fair enough. I've got Petrarca and Doherty, and I believe they're both uniques, funny enough, in my matchup. So they've both made good starts. Hopefully they keep going. Yeah, Doherty's on the opposite wing. He's not actually at halfback, which I thought he was. He is on the opposite wing. So looks like he's clearly playing a full-time wing role tonight, which is a shame, but he's made a good start anyway. Did Grundy hurt my rank? 46 now. No, what, Tim? I don't think he did. He got 129. If you've got him, you're happy. If you don't have him, you're probably like, well, he didn't hurt me that much. It's fine. Doc should get a touch here. Yeah, Doc with a handball. Nothing for Hewitt. I don't think anything for Hewitt there. Probably unlucky not to get a high tackle there, Hewitt. It's annoying because I've had Grundy since I did the Max to Grundy trade, and everyone has jumped on. Yeah, obviously, because if you don't have him, obviously it is frustrating, right? But you did get all those good scores up until then. So you've still, even though everyone's jumped on, you bought Grundy at a cheaper price and you got all those scores. People had to pay an absolute premium for him. So I think you're still pretty happy, even though he's a bit more unique. But I understand what you're saying, though. He was unique and now he's not. Geez, Cozzy's made a big start. Is Cincotta playing in this game? I thought, because if Cincotta wasn't playing, I probably would have played in my game day squad. I just thought Cincotta was playing, unless he got dropped. He probably got dropped, didn't he, from the teams, and I just forgot to look properly. Yeah, Cincotta got dropped. God damn it! I should have bloody looked at that. I would have played Cozzy Pickett if I'd known that, because I thought, well, Cozzy Pickett against Carlton with no Cincotta would have gone big. And I might have even gone Cozzy as a trade-in, you know. Actually, he's got Saints next week, maybe not. What are you up to? Up to 20 likes as well. 7, smashed a like on it yet. Please do that if you can and help us out. Cincotta injured, says Limits. It said he got dropped, so I'm not sure. Yeah, might injured, maybe dropped, but I'm surprised they don't have a proper sort of tag or something on Cozzy, to be honest, with how dangerous Cozzy is. Is that Petrarca? Yeah, over his head, though. Carol, you've got Doherty short. You're actually going to pass to Doherty for once? No, you're going to go to Ollie Hollands instead. And Ollie Hollands will go long, won't he? Yep. Well, he won't go long, but he'll go shorter to Flynn Young instead. So nothing for Doc when he was on for a +6 there. Need you and Chair for 20 each for my multi, says Ben. Oh, hopefully they should be able to get 20 touches each, you'd think, tonight. Doherty just like half a second, he would have got the tackle there and it would have counted. Out the back, Will White. Socket it through. It's hit the post. Damn it. He's celebrating, but it hit the post. It's annoying. Yes, before. I'm happy with Sheasel. Yep. No, Tim Sheasel was solid today. Got the job done. Got the ton, which is good in a tough matchup. Daniel to Myers or Merritt to Goulden or Marshall to Grundy. That'll be a question for next week, Tim. I couldn't give you an answer right now, to be honest. We still have to see how Marshall goes tomorrow, and that will probably determine the trade. Merritt's not a trade next week. I wouldn't do Merritt to Goulden next week. I'd do Merritt the week after, which is what I'll be looking at doing. I'll be trading probably Merritt the week after. So it's either Daniel to Myers or Marshall to Grundy, depending on how Marshall goes tomorrow. But it's probably Daniel to Myers is probably the best trade out of those three, if I'm looking at those. TDK with a mark. Still don't understand why he's not being the solo ruck. Is that Ashton Moyer at the back? No, couldn't take the mark though, unfortunately. Am I just bringing in another forward spud next week, says Ben? I might have to be honest, but we'll have to see. I'm going to go a bit rogue and go Daniel to English next week. Over Gorn, going to send it for a hat push, says Nicky Joe. Yeah, don't mind that. Daniel out's fine. Daniel out's completely fine. And go English. English has got a great run home as well. Like, if Marshall ends up having a bad game and Carroll drops an absolute sitter, and they probably would have switched the ball, to be honest. Carlton have looked all right, though, to start the game. They've certainly looked better to start the game, but Melbourne have been accurate when they've gone forward. So, good start, I guess, by both teams. Both teams looking all right at the moment. Out of bounds. Cherry been doing that all year, though, says Limits. I've Parker and JHF in the forward line. Hey, Matt, how's things, says Max. Oh, they're okay. But bringing in Luke Parker's probably ruined the weekend a little bit, unfortunately, Max. But, yeah, we'll keep pushing through. Is that free? Is that a free against Gorn? No, free kick going to Chera, is it? Yeah, free kick to Chera. Doc could be on for a goal if this gets to him. Oh, it went just over his head. Oh, geez, that's holding the ball. He got his arms free. Yeah, good. I was going to say that's holding the ball. He got his arms free. Doherty's on here if they do quickly switch it to the other side of the 50. That is an awful kick. Straight to Max Gawn, but he dropped it. But seriously, why are you kicking there? Oliver going in Doherty's area. Petrarca with a handball. What the hell was that for? Is that a free kick for Doc? That was a free kick for Doc, yeah. Yep. So Petrarca doesn't get the handball, but Doc gets the free kick for a throw. He didn't tackle him, which was unfortunate. If he just laid a hand on him, he would have got the free kick. After last week's battery wise, Carol Lynn says, Ben, I'm not sure. Who's your VC in C-Bars? I had the VC on Grundy, so I've taken that 129. Legit, bro. How's he not dropped, says Marco. Agreed. Max says, hey, mate, how's things? Yeah, as I said, not too bad, but actually, no, they're not great. There's Doherty with a handball. Just got it away. You know, unfortunately, bringing in Luke Parker's certainly put a bit of a dampener on the weekend, unfortunately. Only positive yet again was Hawthorn winning, says Ben. I just remembered I've gone emergency on my bench to take Grundy's score as captain, says Wado. Yep, you take the 129 from Grundy for sure. Oh, Petrarca's out the back here. Why are you going to... Should have gone to bloody Petrarca. I know he's gone to Melksham, but Petrarca was a lot more in board. Melksham is a pretty good kick, though. More was the play. Little did we know, says Marco. Yeah, if he didn't have those back-to-back bloody 70s, I would have gone him, you know. I would have gone him, but I thought, he saved his scores the previous two. I didn't see the 140 coming. I'll tell you what, Dylan Moore's going to be a very popular starting pick next year. He's averaging still around that 80 or just below. We know he's capable of averaging 90 plus in a year, and he's going to be in a forward line where there's not going to be a huge amount of options. So I think next year Dylan Moore's someone that we're going to have to put on our list as a starting forward. I reckon. Is Doc on for a +6 here? No, Haynes is going longer instead. Straight to Max. Max dropped it again. TDK gives it to Doc. Doc with a kick. It was won by... I don't know who that was there, actually. Got it to Kerno, whoever it was. That's a free kick against Salem. Yep. Free kick against Salem. Fogarty short to Hewitt. Hewitt with a +5. There's Kerno again. That's a cracking kick straight to Chera. Don't really want Chera and Hewitt getting a lot of the ball tonight as they're uniques against me, but they probably will, knowing, and Chera's going to get a 50. He's going to be gifted a goal, which I'll take for tipping Carlton, but I'm not happy with being up against Chera in a matchup. Mark says, okay, sorry. No, all good. Don't have to apologise. All good. Rock my ball says, bro, why can't you put up the scoreboard? Are you talking about the score? Well, yeah, because I haven't got the graphics for scoreboard, but I can't show the game live, otherwise we get taken down for copyright. So I wouldn't even know, to be honest, how to put the score on there. But yeah, sorry, mate. If you want to stick around, feel free. Will Dave back next week? Will Screw more roll up a bit? Did he have a lot of CBA? I don't think he had a lot of CBAs. So I traded more in 3 weeks ago and he delivered 270, so it was nice to finally be rewarded. Yep, no, for sure. And that's what, like, if Parker can come out and put up a 110, 120 next week, then all of a sudden I'm not as angry. But where I need to win this week and next week in my Hat Chat League, and Parker dropping the score like that this week is not what I need. So I need guys like Doc, Petrarca, my uniques to all really hit from here, and rely on a couple of his guys to not go well. But Doc's had a good start, up to 29. Petrarca's on 21, so I'm hoping he can get to a good score, but he hasn't really shown a ceiling this year, unfortunately, Petrarca. Any multis on the weekend? Yes, Chermo go the season. Yeah, got a couple floating around. I forgot to do a disposal one, actually, for this game, which I'm disappointed with. But there's Doc with another handball. Wasn't the best handball. Petrarca should get it here. Yeah, Petrarca going towards goal. It's not going to be a goal. That should be a free kick to Wiedering. Oh, no, it's fine. Wiedering, go to Doc. Go to Doc. Is Doc there? Where is Doc? Where is Doc? No, now Doc's now finally getting over. That is an awful kick from Wiedering. Straight to Stephen May when you got 30 seconds left on the clock and you don't want to be conceding a goal, and you kick it straight. And then Max Gawn gets a +6. Like, seriously. Like, Gawn's going to put up a decent score. There's Wiedering. Well, Wiedering, I wouldn't be the one getting angry at your own teammates, mate. You're the one that kicked it shit to a key defender, mate. So, how about you stop getting angry at your teammates and actually play good for once? Because you've been shit this year as the main defender back there. It's a free against Max, I think, for a chop in the arm. Doesn't matter. It is quarter time. I do want to put up a $2 multi for the West Coast Richmond game for disposals, which starts in 3 minutes. So I'll quickly do that. Then we'll check the scores. All right, so Taranto for 25. I'll go McCarthy for 25. Hopper for 25. I'll go Duggan for 20. Short for 20. I'll go Tim Kelly for 20 as well. I'll go Dewar for 15. I'll go Jack Ross for 15. Anyone else? No, I'll leave that. So that will get $2, gets back $34. We'll see how we go with that one. I reckon that's a decent one there. Tim Kelly or Dewar? I'm Tim Kelly, Brisbane Bloods, out of those two. Yes, sharing my goat of the season says limits. Okay, gotcha, says right on balls. Yeah, sorry, mate. Yeah, as I said, I'm probably going to get someone to redo the graphics, and I might get someone to do it, or I might try and play around with some graphics for the Watchalongs for next season to make it a bit more inviting, if that makes sense. It's a bit boring. It's just got my socials at the bottom. It's got my face, and then it's got some scores. So I hopefully can do something a bit different, but we'll see. I said more last week on the Watchalong that he'll bounce back at Pig Parks as Wado. I would have probably agreed with you, but when I saw the weather, I was like, I don't think that the weather's going to be good for him. If you think about it, Brisbane Bloods, that's 3 tons is limits. Get rid of the protect area rule, man. Says Nicky Joe. Yep, agreed. Kelly puts up a good score, says limits. Backs don't score well against Eagles. Bales short for 20. Because he'll take a few kick-ins. I'm not saying he's going to score well, but for 20 touches, I think he'll get there. Tim Kelly or Jack Martin. I'd go Tim Kelly, Stephen Thomas out of the two, I think. I think I've been talked into Tim Kelly. Now, you save a bit more cash. At least you don't run the risk of Jack Martin being sub. So that's what I'd go with. Let's go through the scores at quarter time of this game. So, Cozzy Pickett, good start for him. He's on 37 with a couple of goals. Charlie Kerno, good start, 36. Bowie, 33. Of course, when I needed him to get 20 touches last week, and he doesn't do it, but he's already on 10. Doherty's on 31. Good start from him. But I know for a fact Doc can go quiet, obviously being on a wing, so we'll see how he goes second half. Chera, 26. Solid start from him. Gawn, 25. A couple of free kicks against. Petrarca, 24. Is not too bad as well. What else we got? Ashton Moore's on 17. That's not too bad as cover for Baz anyway. If he gets a 60, I'll be fairly happy with that as cover if that's what I need to take. Oliver, 15. That's awful. Hewitt, 14. It's not very good. I don't know if anyone could hear that. That was like a loud motorbike out on the road out there. I could hear that. I thought it was something. The siren was going on in the house. I don't know if any of you guys could hear it or if it's just my microphone or my headphones were picking it up. But anyway, TDK 13, that's not very good. Flynn Young 10, Salem 8. Geez, that's a poor start from him when I got him in draft. And that's pretty much it. And Cooper Lord's only on the 3 points as well. So, at least Doc, good start. That's good at least. which is good. Maybe a running light tally for the graphics, says Brad Smith. Maybe we'll have to. I'll have to look at getting something in. I guess I'll probably have to get a person that actually does proper graphics and stuff. That might be able to do it properly. Just because I wouldn't know really how to get it going, to be honest. Who do you think is the best forward option under 700k that hasn't played yet, says Schultze? Probably Tim Kelly, but it's lockout, unfortunately, Schultze. So I apologise, I missed that one for you. If you didn't get Tim Kelly, probably one of those guys in that St Kilda Geelong game. So maybe a Mason Wood, Jack Martin, one of those guys probably. Jay Sutts, 130 for Grundy is great, especially with the C, but am I wrong if I say that doesn't hurt coaches who didn't get him with the likes of Gorn and possibly better forward upgrade? Jay, yeah, you're right, Jay Sutts. Yep. The 129's probably at that point where if it went anything over 135, 140, which it probably should have been, it would have hurt. But if you went Gorn and McRae over a few of these other forwards, you're probably in a better spot, which is why I'm annoyed I didn't do that. It was the smarter play. It was you get the better two players. Okay, you miss Grundy, but you get McRae, you get rid of the floor score, and Parker unfortunately ruined it. But if I'd gone Dylan Moore and Grundy, then all of a sudden I'd be loving life at the moment. Yeah, the fact that if I'd gone Dylan Moore, I would have got nearly 100 points more. But I never considered Dylan Moore as an option, so... Oh, I missed that. The game had started too, so Jack Martin it is if sub will switch to Wood. Yep, I like the Stephen Thomas. Yep, good plan. I like that one. Any adjustments at quarter time? Doesn't look like it. So, Jordox should stream from his car every week. Better internet. Love the cutouts and lags. Funny, as says Brad Smith. Yeah, it was quite funny the other night. Yeah, I know what you're talking about when he. That was quite funny. But yes, no. Good on good old Jordox. Richmond have kicked the first goal as well. Seth Campbell has got the goal. I actually had him for... Oh, no. I was going to say I had him for a goal in a multi for the games today, but I had Connor McDonald to kick a goal, and of course he didn't kick one. Second quarter about to get underway. I'm hopeful for Tom McCarthy to put up a good score in that other game because he's a unique, funny enough, in my matchup. Because the guy I'm playing didn't have Rosie. So here we go. Lex corner's underway. So Chera with a kick gets the first clearance. And there's Hewitt with a kick inside 50 as well. Motlop should have gone with two hands there, not with the one. So Doc's not on our wings. Either Doc's at half back, which is less likely, but Doc's probably starting on the bench, which I'd imagine. Do you play sports? What's your hobby, says Tim. Fantasy's my hobby. I used to play sports, but not at the moment. I don't anymore. Going to the Crows game tomorrow, Bell, says Todd Gray. Oh, definitely. Yep, 100%. I'll be there tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to it. Should be a good game. I think with Collins and Ballard out, that's obviously a positive for the Crows, having the two key defenders out. But I guess we'll see how it goes tomorrow. Gold Coast are obviously very, very good. So I'm certainly not going there tomorrow thinking we're definitely going to win. I'll back the guys in at home, but it's going to be a tricky one. Gorn free kick. I should have gone Max. Should have gone Max and McRae. Not the fact I would have loved Grundy and McRae. And I probably should have tried. I should have traded Rosie out over Cherry. I know I'm going to get hopefully Rosie back next week. But yeah, Carroll again. So there you go. So Doc's on the starting. So how is Doc shoved to a wing and they've got guys like bloody Matt Carroll and Ollie Hollands playing halfback over Doherty? I just don't understand. I really don't. Like, Carroll's just a plodder. Like, he doesn't do anything exciting. He just jogs around. He wasn't even enjoyable to own even when I did have him in my team. Oh, Holland's actually done a good kick there to Curnow. Curnow playing on to the top of the square. Rivers, good mark. I ended up getting Grundy and a 230k red dot because Lohman popped the score so I can get Myers McRae next week. Yeah, I like that. So that's what I mean. I thought this week having 182k was good because I thought Parker was going to be a good forward in and getting Grundy, but it turns out it would have been better keeping Lohman last week, downgrading a Rouston or a Liddy. No, not Liddy, but downgrading a Rouston instead. There's Ashton Moyer lining up for goal. Yeah, it would have been better downgrading a Rouston, getting a red dot instead of getting Ashton Moyer, which obviously, funny enough, he'll be good cover. So if Baz is out, it means it's null and void. But if Baz plays Would have been better going for keeping Loman, have him as cover, keep him, trade Martin and down to a red dot instead of getting Parker. But, oh well. So how is the old cash gen for everyone with Johnson, Rouse and Liddy? There's another goal for Moyer. That's his second goal. Good start for him. Cash gen's going okay for me, but I don't know. I traded Johnson at his buy, and yeah, I got Rouse and Liddy, but they've both completely stalled. So if Dot puts up a good score this week, I'll probably go someone down to a red dot, probably Rowson or Liddy, one of the two, probably Liddy, because Rowson probably will still play next week, and I'll know if he's sub or not. One of those two down to a red dot, defender mid, because I don't have a defender red dot at the moment. And then I'll use that cash potentially to go Doherty up to a premium that I'd like. Maybe that's maybe that's a Josh Dunkley potentially next week. He's someone I like as an in. But I'm probably not going to get Whitfield next week. I'll probably get in the week after. But I guess we'll see, right? So Hewitt with a kick forward. Ashton Moy, come on, man. Should have got that tackle there. Here's Rivers again. Had Oliver in board. What is your... Oh, no, it's asking Tim there. Wait, been a weird year. Usually reliable to get on a run of players, but this year value has been everything. McRae, Gorn, Butters, Witt last week. Yep. Yeah. Well, every time I've paid up for someone... Actually, funny enough, Grundy's the first time I've paid up for someone and it's worked. Mainly because that matchup, right? But paid up for Bont, that didn't work until last few weeks. But I could have just got Bont at a cheaper price. Paying up for Dacos when I got him in. In looking back, that was a really bad trade. I shouldn't have done it. I paid up for Dacos, not having him. A lot of people around me had him, but he was so expensive. I should have just gone for value. And it would have been Caldwell. Yes, I would have got Caldwell for the 70. But Doherty's back on as well, which is good. But yeah, just a few. There's a Doc handball. Good. Chera with a kick as well. Really need Chera and Hewitt to stop getting these possessions. As much as I think someone had them in their multi. I'd be fine if they got to 20 and they stopped, but I really need them to put up poor scores in a matchup. Otherwise, I could be toast. What's going on here? Free kick for Tolstrup. Oh, against Haynes. Ooh, geez, that's dangerous. Haynes is going to be gone. I reckon Haynes could get a suspension. Haynes has put the elbow up and collected someone high. He collected Tolstrup high, so that's going to be something the MRO is going to look at, I reckon. Hewitt with a handball there. There's Cripper. Crippett's a good kick. Kerno, he's got TDK. Geez, that's not a great kick. Didn't give TDK the advantage whatsoever. Imagine if we went Teakle, probably too hard with CCJ also playing Stephen Thomas. Oh, yeah, we were never going to go him, right? Because of the fact that Callum Coleman-Jones is named number one ruck. And if it was early in the year, we might have looked at it. But 400k forwards, probably not what we're looking at this time of year, unfortunately. I get that people could have gone down to Teakle instead of getting one of those other cheap forwards. But again, he was going to be sharing. He wasn't meant to play much rugby. He was meant to be the chop out. But with Coleman-Jones getting injured, he could be a 2-week play for those in sort of not desperate need, but want a bit of someone there in the forward line. Like, for example, if I want to, I could get him as like an F7 for 2 weeks, loop him for a couple of weeks with a Caleb Daniel. But then again, I don't know if that's the play I should be doing. Probably just at this point, getting as much cash as possible onto the field. There's Cooper Lord with an intercept mark. Is that Doc for a +6? Yes! Doherty +6. He's going to give the handball to Haynes probably. Yep. +5, we'll take it though. Doc still doing his thing. Here's Petrarca. Petrarca with the handball. Should get it back. Nah, Langford fumbled a few too many times. Cripps just got the handball away. I didn't think he did, but there's Kerno. It's a great kick inboard to Fogarty. Curnow again. Curnow's really playing a good game tonight. He's looked really good. There's Cripper with a +5. Anyone's got Cripps as a unique. Williams couldn't take the... Oh, no. Free kick for Williams. So Williams lining up for goal. Still got a lot of cash on the bench. Don't know if I'm going to be able to get it all off. Have Loman, Tyrone, Clark, Johnson, McCarthy. Yeah, and that's what I'm sort of partly worried about, right? So I'll probably... I reckon my trades in the next couple of weeks, unless Marshall drops an absolute stinker tomorrow, I think my trades in the next couple of weeks is probably a rookie down and someone up, and then maybe going a McCarthy up on the bench to a mid or a defender that I like, and using them as a loop with like McKercher and Mills, like them as like a last spot at defence and midfield. That might be what I plan on doing. Geez, McVee's actually done well there. McVee didn't rush it, and he had a bit of time. Mark Jefferson. May or Rouston or Johnson out, says Tim. At this stage, it's probably Johnson because he's been sub 2 weeks in a row and he's gone down in price a lot, whereas I think Rouston was really stiff to be sub, you know. I don't really think he should have been sub. I don't know why he was, to be honest. Like, Rouston's been playing some good footy against a weaker Essendon with a lot of injuries. Here's Hewitt with a handball. He'll get it back here, unfortunately. So another kick for Hewitt. So Hewitt's starting to get busy along with Chera. Is Rosie back next week as well? I would imagine so, with the fact that he was a test this week and they were giving him every chance. So, oh, is it raining now? Please don't tell me it's raining. If it's raining, that I don't know how Doc's going to go from here. I can't see many of those marks if it's going to be raining. Tim says, can I visit someday? Yeah, as someone said, actually, Limit said, yeah, maybe at Gather Round. Yeah, maybe Gather Round's the time when to do something like that, I reckon. Look, Petrarca, absolute ball. Got a handball out of there, just. There's Hewitt with a handball as well. They got Doc on a switch. Sard, switch it. Okay, Doc should be on for a +6 here if Haynes actually... No, you prick. What is that? You absolute idiot. Why on earth would you kick to someone on a lead when you have Doc there for a +6, you absolute bastard? And Wiedering drops an easy mark. Is Haynes actually go to Doc for once? Doc short. And again, who's that now? Turned it over. 2 turnovers in a row, and you've got Doherty short both times, you dickheads. Seriously. Twice. They had Doherty on for a short kick, and they gone, no, you know what? And now May's turned it over as well. What is with this game at the moment? I don't get why it's so hard for these players to pick the right option. It's really not hard. Like, there's Ashton Moyer with a kick. Mark Takerno, seriously. Like, Doherty, it's 2 +6s missed. Well, I know Doc's going okay. He's on 38. I'll take that. But should be on more than what he is. Ashton Moyer up to 29 as well, which is good. Do you know now or can check how many people got sweet this week, says Nicky Joe? I could check at half-time, but there wouldn't be very many, I wouldn't imagine. A neutral here. First year watching the AFL and playing fantasy. It's been painful having so many Aston, Carlton, North Melbourne games on Thursday and Friday nights. Yeah, the fixturing this year has been atrocious. And they'll try and tell you that the fixturing team do a great job. I think that the whole AFL community will wholeheartedly disagree with that sentiment. And Leonard Tabals as it's half his access limits. Wouldn't mind a goal from Doc here. Doc is in the 50. He's just outside this stoppage. No, they're going out the other side, so Doc won't be involved here. And that'll be out of bounds on the full. Let's refresh again. I just don't know if Doc's going to get much ball now, to be honest, because if it's going to be raining a bit, I'm not sure Doc's going to get much of this chip. Don't know if Ashton Moore got a handball away there, but Let's have a look at the other game. Have a look at the games. If you guys haven't smashed a like on it yet, please do. Please smash a like so we can keep getting to 100 likes again. Streak is still alive and going well. So if you haven't done that yet, please do that, and if you can help us out. We're doing good spoil. If Doc can get to 50 at halftime, I'd be fairly happy with that. So 11 points from here. 12 points, sorry, from here. So the other game, Vloston 26. Harley Reid's up to 24. Duggan 23. Tim Kelly's up to 15 as well. He started all right. And that's funny that he's already a third of the way to Luke Parker's score. Geez, McCarthy. What? McCarthy hasn't touched it yet. 0 points. McCarthy's just... Again, he's been a great pickup for West Coast, right? But to be fair, besides the first 2 games he's played, he's been pretty shit in terms of from a fantasy standpoint, right? Like, he hasn't scored much. He hasn't scored anything over 80 last 2 weeks. And against Richmond, already halfway through the first quarter, he hasn't even touched the ball yet. Short and McCarthy both on 0. Yeah, so that means that probably won't mean I'll get the I won't get the multi in that one there. McCarthy donut so far, says Nicky Joe. Yep, disappointing. Oh, why would you go short to Nick Haynes? Why do Carlton continually go to Nick Haynes? And he turns it over again. He's shit. He is so bad. Why on earth is he still playing in the team? He is so shit. Him along with Hollands and Carroll are all shit. And they're all taking up defensive spots instead of Doc. That's almost what... Hey, Mr. Bells, the famous AFL Fantasy podcaster. I've shook his hand. How you going, Daniel? Hope you're going well. Bit flat at the moment. Traded in a player into my fantasy team that did pretty shit. So, yes. So, sorry, mate, if we sound a bit flat for you. But thanks for tuning in once again. Anyone that's interested in motorsport, as always, I'd shout out Daniel and Let's Talk Motorsport. If anyone's interested in motorsport, check out Let's Talk Motorsport on YouTube for all your motorsport content. F1, supercars, MotoGP, all that sort of stuff. So, if you want to check it out, please do. And go subscribe. Give a subscribe. James, is it okay to trade Martin to a rookie to take Loman's 78 at F6 and upgrade Loman to Kenny next week, praying no injuries? Yeah, James, I think you can. Yep. I think you definitely can. You bank the 78. What is that kick? Carlton are starting to go back into their old habits again, just banging out of defence, not trying to hit up targets. So not going as well in this quarter at the moment. Petrarca almost kept that in. I think they're playing round with his position, see where he fits next year, says Jay Sutts. But he was going so well at half-back, there's no reason they should have changed it if they have. Nijo, my opponent, who was ranked 10 overall pre-round, brought in Nank. He has a ruck duo of Darcy Cameron and Nank in the top 10. How crazy. That's very interesting that he's got those two as his rucks. Where's Doc at the moment? I know Doc's not on the bench because he's already been on the bench. See, Haynes can't even take a mark when he's in like clear control of the situation. And again, Lockie Cowan turns it over. Cripps goal says limits. No, all good, bro. Fill that. Says let's talk most. All good, Daniel. Thank you for tuning in, mate. There's Sard. Couldn't get a kick away, of course. When Doc was there. You see my question, says Tim. Do I have to get my license first for visiting? I've got no idea, Tim. I don't know. I'm not sure. If I brought in Meek and Parker, at least Meek broke his break even. Yeah, mate. Sorry about that. Yep. Tough week. Caleb. I brought in Parker as well, so I do feel your pain. And okay, I know, yes, I got Grundy, but still annoyed at Parker. Like 48, like come on. Like in a midfield role that he was playing in today, minimum it should be a 70. Minimum. And yes, I know he got unlucky with his teammates, but should have been a minimum 70. Short just got his first touch, says limits. Petrarca nowhere to be seen, says Nicky Joe. Yeah, he's been quiet since a good early start. And of course, he's unique for me in this matchup again. Like this guy that I'm playing, I don't understand how some of the players he doesn't have. Like he doesn't have Bailey Smith, doesn't have Nasiah. Doesn't have Sheasel, doesn't have Petrarca. Like, who doesn't have Petrarca at this point? And he's got Dale and Dunkley. Like, when I get matched up against someone like that, I'm never going to win. Like, when I have players that he should have. And he's got Warner. Like, Warner should have been a unique for me today. But I know that's fantasy. I know that you're not always going to get everything go your way in a matchup, but he's just very, very frustrating. And I got Doc as a unique, and Doc hasn't touched it in the last 5 minutes. And with the weather the way it's going at the moment, I'm not sure he's going to get a huge amount from here. Thoughts, Bales, although early doors, better off getting Liddy to a 600k player or McCarthy to an 800k player, any position. Probably McCarthy to an 800k player, to be honest, would be where I'd go. Can I get the handball to Doc? No, Kerno, what are you doing? And Kerno, you've got Doherty there, you idiot. What? Serious? What is with these Carlton players not wanting to pass to Doc? It's obvious, me watching this, that they don't want to pass to him. Tim, are you in any danger? There's Doc with a handball. Are you in any danger of being bottom in the Hat Chat League? Oh, I'm in big danger of being relegated. I need to win this game, or I need to win next week and rely on results going my way, which I don't love. I would have much rather have won this week and been like, yep, let's just win next week. But the way it's going, I don't know how I'm going to go. We're an elite chase down by Rioli, says Limits. He should be better back at Marvel next week, but I'm honestly thinking of trading him to Smith next week. And keeping Mills. I shouldn't have got scared about the Jack Martin sub and got Grundy. I'll keep Parker because it's a bad game, but I still back him in to play better than what he did today. That Marvel against Geelong, I'll back him in as a forward because at the end of the day, I've got other guys that probably are taking priority to probably upgrade next week, to be honest. Rioli Superman dive in the middle of the ground to save a goal, says Wado. So either Rioli's done a couple of really good things or it's the same thing, like chase down and then a smother or something maybe. Jesse Motlop, snap around the body. Jeez, he should be kicking the goal from there to behind. It's a tough game feel for you, says Caleb. What happens if you finish bottom? You get relegated if you're in the bottom four. So at the moment, I'm looking like I'll be getting relegated to League 7, which is disappointing because I literally got promoted from last year. And I'm trying to get to League 1, but being in League 6 and being relegated, it's going to be another number of years to try and get to League 1 unless I get lucky with if there's like get promoted one year and they have openings in all the other leagues and then you get promoted up or something, I don't know. But no, I'm going to get McCarthy 20 and Liddy 16 on field and JHF red dot. I think 90% of teams have got McCarthy on field this week with Rosie being out. I was going to have McCarthy on field regardless of what happened. I didn't have a way to loop him and Hasty, and I was never going to play Hasty over McCarthy on field. It's clear watching Carlton, it's a bunch of individuals who should be what Zorko is of Brisbane, but they just don't care, says Jay Sutts. Yep, good point, mate. Didn't trade Cherry this week. I took Blackiston 70 points to fix other issues. Trade next week with the cash also bank. Well, that's a good decision, mate. 70 from Blackiston. You're very happy with that. Certainly wouldn't have expected that score from him against GOS. Here's Petrarca, finally, for a +6. Trying to go to Cozzy. Oh, Melbourne got a few at the back. Hollands actually did pretty well there. Daniel says, skill issue. Thanks, mate. Appreciate that. Fuming with this Petrarca game. Look, he's looking nowhere near it. We started well, but yeah. Last time I played my trades, I got 3/4 trades. I'm not trying to look ahead. What is League 1, Tim? Oh, well, it's like it is 10 leagues, and you get top 4 get promoted to the league up, bottom 4 get promoted down, and once you get to League 1, obviously that's where you are. Obviously, it's run by the boys at Hat Chat. So it's good fun, but hasn't been as good fun this year if I'm going to get relegated, unfortunately. God, Carlton just cannot seem to not kick it to Melbourne players at the moment. Haven't got McCarthy on field, says Tim. Yeah, because you did, obviously, you didn't have Cherry, so you're able to trade Rosie and not have McCarthy on field, which is good. You get to take advantage of that, Tim. And he's gone. Yeah, mark for gone. Gorn lining up for goal. Let's do a refresh. I haven't done that for a few minutes. So Kerner's up to 75 now. Only him and Langdon are the only two over 50 at the moment. Obviously got a few people in the 40s. Like Doc's on 40. Chera 41. Cozzy's on 45. Gorner's on 35. But if he kicks this goal here, he'd be on a more. Petrarca 34. That's disgusting. That's really disappointing. Like Ashton Moyes 2 points behind. And he's a rookie on our benches. George Stewart's only on 29. That's going to be a goal for Max. That'll come back late. Oh, just missed. TDK's on 14. Wow. Just not getting it done. To be honest, I'm almost hopeful now TDK just plays forward for the rest of this year. Drops a heap in price. No, sorry, not drops his price. Drops his value down. Goes to St Kilda. Marshall leaves. TDK price cheap would be a very, very good pick next year, I think. I reckon Doc's on the bench again. Unless he's still on the other wing. And again, another shit kick. Straight to Jake Bowie. Carlton should be a lot further in front with the way this game's been played so far. And oh my God, they've got numbers everywhere. But give it to Petrarca. Give it to Petrarca. Jefferson's dropped an easy mark. Petrarca, this could be a goal for track. No, he's kicked it. It's actually a good kick to Van Ryan. Oh, no, it's not gone 15. Either it's not gone 15, it's been called touched. And it's a behind. That's interesting. That's an interesting call. I don't know what happened there. Gorn held a mark race, says Brad. I like Zorko's lines, actually respect him, says Ben. Yep. Only had Cher and Rosie, so I trade Rosie as pushing for a hat. Hope he stinks. Sorry, Bales. No, and I understand why you wouldn't want to go well, right? And you did the right thing, trading Rosie out and train those guys. And here we go. Doc on the cold wing. They're going literally the same side at the moment. They're not even looking at going the other wing. Straight to... How can Oliver be out marking you, Cripps? Seriously. Doc should not be playing on a wing. I'm sorry. It's just Petrarca got a kick away. That is going to be insufficient intent. Petrarca's going to be lining up for goal. I would imagine that's been paid insufficient intent. He's Gorn's run past bloody Cripper and just given him one. Oh, that hasn't been paid insufficient. Oh, that is bullshit. That should be paid insufficient intent every day. He didn't do anything other than handball and didn't look, and it went out of bounds. Don't know how that's not a free kick, but anyway. Free kick to McDonald. I don't know how that free kick's come about, to be honest, but the umpire in this game's been shocking. It's another bad kick to Gorn over his head. Carroll, that's an awful kick. No surprises because Carroll's shit. Oh, paid advantage here. Carlton should be kicking a goal here. And Ashton Moore lining up for goal. At least Ashton Moore is actually getting to a solid score. TDK's hurt. Toronto goal for any owners. McCarthy kicking a tackle, says Limits. Bad quarter from Doc, not what we needed. No, it's not. There's nothing I could do, unfortunately. Like, yes, I probably could have kept Birdman over Doc. And I probably should have done that. But I can't do anything about it, unfortunately. So Ashton Moore lining up for his third goal. And kicks it. Yep, goal for Ashton Moore. He's kicked 3. He's looked good up forward. And he's putting up a good score. But, of course, I should have looped him with even a Caleb Daniel. But I would have taken the 76 to be fair. But Ashton Moore's on 44. Like, again, great for cash gen. And at the same time, if he puts up a 60, 70 score from here, which he hopefully should, he'll be my cover for Baz if something were to happen. So, but yeah, Petrarca's on 40 at least, but 40's not that great. Doherty 40 as well after being on 31 at quarter time. I knew that would happen. He'd have a good quarter than a shit quarter and just be on an average score at half time. 7 points just hasn't been near it and has been ignored. Talking about McCarthy. Yep. I'm not winning my matchup. There's no way. Not with Petrarca, Doherty, and McCarthy's uniques, and he's got Dale, Dunkley. Like, I've lost. It's simple as that. You can't afford just can't afford poor scores, unfortunately. Good mark from Cowan. Wouldn't mind a short kick to Doc here. Doc could be on here for a short kick from O'Farrell. He's not going to go to him, is he? No, too slow. Too slow, and it's going to be half time. Would have been handy a late +6 for Doc. But yeah, it looks like this round's going to shit. Has kick-ins, but his roll's gone, says your boy. Yep, yeah. Of all weeks. Like, as I said, I cannot understand how I've been matched up against someone of all weeks that doesn't have Rosie, didn't have Martin. Okay, he's got Horn Francis instead. Just seriously. And he doesn't have McCarthy on field, which everyone else does. Dale's a prick, says Marco. Yep, yeah. I'm up against him and Dunkley as well, and they both went massive, so... Well, it's half time. Let's have a look at the scores. Nothing really exciting looking here. Kerno's going well, 75. Same with Bowie, 61. Langdon, 55. Besides that, a lot of shit scores, like Crip, 46. Pickett, 45. Moyer, 44 is probably the one good one out of this. Rivers, 43. Chera, 41. Petrarca, 40. Gorn, 40. Doherty, 40. So just a lot of 40s, like seriously. Salem's on 30. Like, Doherty's had more involvement than so many of these halfbacks. Like, O'Farrell's a key defender, so it's different. But, like, Nick Haynes is in defence. He can't play anywhere else, but he shouldn't be in the team. Carroll's playing defence. He's been shit. Hollands has been defence. He's been shit. Like, I don't understand why they're... Like, Doherty's a must-trade for me next week. Hey, he's got to go. Like, I was hoping he'd be half-back and there'd be a potential reason to keep him, but he's got to go next week. So there's got to be a rookie down and someone up. Or if I just decide to go Whitfield a week early and Marshall puts up a stinker, I'd go Marshall to Gawn, Doherty to Whitfield. Because I might have just enough to do it. But if not, then it would just be Doc up to someone. That's just got to be how it is. Jay Sutts, would you say you've been too experimental this year? Last year you seemed pretty straight back. Like I'm sure you would have done Gawn McRae instead of Grundy Parker. I was going for the ceiling, right? I was going for the ceiling this week in Grundy's a VC. The safer play would have been Gawn and McRae. But always what it is, unfortunately. It's just I feel like this year, unfortunately, Jay Sutts, I've been trying to get myself out of quicksand. I feel like I've tried my best to get out of it, but starting Tom Stewart, starting Sam Taylor, but on my defensive bench, not starting Levi or Lindsay when I should have, knowing that Levi wasn't sub, I should have traded him back in. I should have got rid of Wicks, brought in Max Hall onto my bench instead of Hasty, and that would have given me the flexibility to put Levi on field, meaning if I missed Lindsay, I could have just got him the week after. Going Stewart over... Look, I had Nassar in my team a week before the season started. I took him out, which has just been awful. I was big on Chera all pre-season, and I didn't start him. I went for Hollands instead. That's another really bad pick. Like, just... The players I was keen on, I didn't back in, and I went for other ones. I think I tried to be too cute with my starting team, trying to focus too much on getting Sam Taylor, getting Will Day, getting guys like that and getting like Hollands for defensive status. I should have backed in the better player in Chera. I would have probably gone Will Ashcroft over Will Day. That was originally what I was looking at doing. Yeah, so it really should have been Sam Taylor down to Pryor, Cherry down to English. That was another bad pick. I was keen on English, but paid up, which I'm not doing anymore, obviously. So if I'd gone Taylor down to Pryor, start the year, gone Cherry down to English, that would have been 300-400k. Put the money on top of Hollands and Will Day, and then go get the better rookies on the bench. That would have helped me better. I would have got Sam DeConing. I know he turned into not a great pick, but he made cash and was okay. But My matchup is a Swan supporter, has Heaney and Grundy VC, which is annoying, says your boy. Yep, and not many people got Heaney anymore, and he put up a 166. This has been my best year by a mile, and I haven't been out the box, just highlighted players I trust and like, if that makes sense. Yeah, no, it does make sense, yep, and I wish I probably went down that path a bit more as well. But, yeah. Spruce Moose, that half was close to being worse than the Richmond Essendon games. Yep, no, it wasn't a great half. The only thing I'll take out of it is the fact that I tipped Carlton there in front. That's the only thing I'll take out of it, to be honest. What's Nate doing, says Nicky Joe. He must not be doing a lot. So, of course, in draft, I didn't bring in the red dot, which I probably should have. Take the 109 or go Dawson or Brayshaw. My starting team was good. Had Chera. Wish I started Ash, though, but my trading and bad luck has hurt me. Also, I went to the game today in Launceston and it was windy, says Callum. Yeah, no, it was. Yeah, I wish I went Ash. I should have gone Ash over Taylor. That would have been an amazing pick. That would have been a great starting pick. Okay, he didn't go well against Melbourne, but would I have traded straight away? Potentially, but yeah. Actually, I want to check my comps. Anyone go Carlton? Okay, so surprisingly, most people went West Coast. So one person, two people, three people went Richmond. Thought more people would go Richmond, to be fair. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people went Carlton out of how many? 7 out of 29 went Carlton. And no one above me or around me besides one person. So I'm in the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So of the top 11, only 2 people went Carlton, including me. And I'm fourth, no one above me. So this is big for, if I want to win the tipping comp for me this year, Carlton need to win this game from here. Jacob Delaporta, I feel we read into the opening round scores too much this year. Not even going to look at them next season. Yeah, it's a good point. Yep. Haybal's 9-point second quarter from Doc. Yep, I know. Yep. Gihu said I went Ash and Taylor. It was good you had Ash. Hopefully you kept him. But yeah, Taylor was a good play, but in utility. Because Taylor was good to then go down to... Taylor in utility I still think was a good play because he makes cash. You trade him after round 1 down to the rookie that pops, which would have been in most cases for people Lindsay, and then use that cash on top of someone that's failed and then go up to someone. Like for me, if I had gone Taylor in utility and started Levi, I probably would have gone first round. I would have gone Taylor down to Lindsay, and then I would have used that cash on top of Tom Stewart probably and gone up to maybe like a Nasiah. So, just want to have a look at the scores in the other game as well. If there's anything of note. So, Vlossen 42, Harley Reid's 34, Taranto's on 37. Jeez, I was so close to playing him in game day squad. Opted not to. He's kicked 2 goals, Taranto. Ross 26, solid start for him. Tim Kelly's on 21 as well. That's not too bad. Nank's on 24. Short 15. McCarthy's on 7. Unbelievable. Also, can't believe Moore had a 143. He was everywhere today. Imagine him over Parker, but he isn't that consistent. Oh, geez, if I went Moore over Parker, I'd be in a great spot because I'd be having a really good round. But unfortunately, I picked the one player probably that was the wrong choice out of everyone. I went Warner over Parker, says Will. Yeah, I would have gone Warner over Parker. And it's annoying, right? It comes back again to another wrong call I made. Getting Warner in over Sinclair for the buys when I shouldn't have worried about it. I should have just gone Sinclair, who I like more. Yes, Sinclair popped some average scores, but still scored about the same as Warner. And then I would have brought Warner in this week because I wouldn't have got Warner before then. And I would have had a decision between Warner and Parker, and I would have gone Warner. So I know hindsight, wonderful thing, but the thing I've learnt next year is don't try and look at buys as much. Don't look at opening round. Pick the players you want. Pick the better players. I've watched enough footy to know who the better player is. And it's not going to work all the time, but yeah, that's what's cost me a bit this year. Next year, I'll focus on cash gen to start the year, like pick the players who are underpriced. Glad I didn't get sucked into Tom Power. Well, yeah, I would have brought in Tom Power round one if I didn't have those two rookies. But yeah, Tom Stewart was the one for me that really sold my season, unfortunately. West Coast don't kick into McCarthy at all. He's open all the time. Jinby has burned him at least 5 times so far, says Elizeno. I don't like Jinby. I think he's a bit of a... He's just so annoying. He's anti-fantasy, really. He doesn't pass to anyone that's fantasy relevant at all. He kicks long all the time. He's another one of these Lockie Cowan, Ollie Hollands type players that doesn't look for the better option. I had a feeling Moore was going to tear it up at UTAS, says Jay Sutts. He was good today. As I said, I had Liddy on field, says Will. Yeah, a few people might have had Liddy on field after a few of those rookies out, so that obviously is disappointing. Going over English for another 80, have Grundy, hoping it's not the decline of last year. It's another tough matchup. He's got St Kilda into West Coast gone, so he's got some good matchups to come and to finish the year. But maybe people might... Like, if I'm training a rut next week and I want to go to someone, I'm tempted to potentially go for English to be a bit different. Just how good he's been. He's got great matchups besides the Gorn matchup. I reckon Harley Reid could be a good starting pick next year, says Nicky Joe. Yeah, potentially. Yeah, for sure. Someone to look at. If he might keep defender status as well, because he got it during the year. So I wonder if he's played enough there. Nice watch, Bales. What's that, says Vivek. It's a Crows one. Uncle Jack. It's like an Adelaide one. I got it for my birthday or Christmas a couple of years ago, I think. But thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Figsy says, keep more or go and get Grundy for more. I can do that if McCarthy goes down to a 230k rookie. I'd be keeping more. You're not trading him out, Figsy, after that game today. I would be keeping him. McCarthy's up to 10 now, says Will. Woohoo! He's at to double digits. Jay Sutts, I think this year, especially on pods, we've gone so much on what a player has done previous years, Mills, Merritt, Stewart, etc., rather than role in the team. It's actually probably a very, very good point, Jay Sutts. I've probably been a bit on that this year. I was probably going on what Stewart's done previously, not on what he could do and the role of him. So I'll have to look at that moving forward. Merritt, probably different. Probably just the injuries for them and the tags, because it's obviously been him. Mills, I still think Mills is a good pick. He's been up and down. But yeah, I get what you're saying, though. Brayshaw or Dawson captain, says Figsy. Dawson captain. Both are solid, but I go Dawson. Do you have an ESPN footy team in comp, Bales, says Will? No, just on the official AFL one, just with family and friends. Gone so low, says Jackson. Yep, hasn't been big so far. My birthday today, says Jackson. Happy birthday, Jackson, mate. Hope you're going well. How old are you today, mate? Firing massive rocket at McCarthy. I need to go 60, 70 at least. Yeah, I need minimum 70. Otherwise, as I said before, my matchup's cooked. The forwards next year are going to be so bleak. No Warner, Kennedy or Smith. Yes, but we'll have a Dylan Moore who'll be pretty cheap. If Horn Francis holds forward status, he'll be cheap. But yes, I agree. They will be fairly bleak next year with a few of them losing it. But we'll probably get Harry Sheezel as a forward. And if we've got no options, he's probably one that a few people just pay up for. Just you'll get what you pay for, but there's probably no one else to pick. So he'll be a popular one. I wonder if Nick Martin keeps forward status or if he just has mid only. He'll be one to watch. Do we think Moore will lose that mid time with Will Day come back in? Feel like he's better in Tassie, says Gehu. I think he was really good. So I don't think his role really changed too much. I didn't watch a huge amount, but I don't think he had that many CBAs. I might be wrong, but I'm 10, says Jackson. Oh, there you go, Ted. Big birthday, Jackson, into double digits, mate. So happy birthday. Hope it's been a good one. McCarthy tackle, says Nicky Joe. Up to 14, says Will. Thank you, guys. I'm watching McCarthy. He's working hard and getting open. Eagles need to lower the eyes a bit, says Brad. Hopefully they do. May Flanders if he leads Gold Coast. Yes. And Flanders will be a forward and he'll be cheap. So Flanders will probably be someone that's probably got low risk to start with next year, but he's got the upside. I don't think he'll leave Gold Coast though, but if he did, he's an easy pick. There will be picks. We see it every year. There's someone that leaves clubs, goes to another club, gets it there. There's probably someone that will have forward status next year that we don't know. There will be players that will get have forwards as next year that we like, right? So Philippo as well, if he ever gets fit as an option for 2025. Yes, Philippo as well. He'll be another one. Injury impact, if he can actually get fit, he'll be, and it's not all his fault, right? But if he can sort of string some games together, he'll be someone. Moore was playing as a half forward. He likes the wet weather games. Flanders might go to Collingwood. This is Cannon Fife. I hope he does. Harley Reid, maybe. Will he have forward status, though? I don't know if he would. Forward line will be Horn Francis, Philippo, Flanders. I feel like I don't think Horn Francis is going to have forward status. I feel like he's going to have mid only. But who knows? Any late adjustments at all for anyone? Langdon got one. I don't think Gawn lost a hit out, so he's down to 39. But Doc's still on 40, Petrarca's still on 40, Moyer's still 43. I think Langdon got added something as well, or someone lost some points. Please, Naz, come to Port so I can love my team again and look at you in my team with the Port jumper on. I think Horn Francis will. I don't think Nasai. I don't know if you guys have actually read up on this, but from what I've read, if it's correct, Nasai won't be going to Port. It's impossible for him to go to Port unless Port get rid of Butters. So I read somewhere that someone was writing a bit of an article and said that as per AFL draft rules, you need to use 4 first-round picks within a space of 4 years or something. And Port traded away their 2 first-round picks last couple of years for Horn Francis, and they got an exemption last year for this rule to get Lukosius in. So AFL won't grant them another exemption for it. And unless Port trade away 2 or 3 players and bring in a couple of first-round picks and then trade them to go get Nasai, which, again, they've got to use first-round picks, right? So there's actually no way that he can go. So there's probably the scenarios are going to play out and this is based on what I've read, right? It might not be true, but from what I've read, it's accurate. The way that we'll play, right, is either 1, Port do a straight swap with Butters and Nasai. That's if Nasai leaves. 2, Nasai just stays at St Kilda, and then in 2 years' time, when Nasai's a free agent goes to free agency, and then Bergman also does, they do a straight swap then, Bergman for Nasai in 2 years' time. Or 3, Nasai requests a trade and goes to the Crows, because the Crows would be the only ones that would be eligible to trade for him. So that's how it works. Brad's saying, let's get likes up, guys. Hardest working fantasy creator out there. Thank you, Brad. Appreciate that. But yes, if you guys haven't smashed like on it yet, please do. We're up to 40. So still 60 away from 100 likes. Ryron, who will stay next year, Jagger Smith will be everyone's M8. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Obvious one there. Yep. Can't wait to start Jagger Smith as Nicky Joe. Start my boy Bailey Humphrey. Think he'll take another uptick in CBAs. Particularly if Flanders leaves. Yep, I could see that. McCarthy up to 23 now, says Limits. It's good. Is it time for Colby to go over Mills and Moore? Also, do you know what Moore's break-in will be, Bales? Thanks. I'm not sure his break-in will be, but Colby I'm fine with. He got a tag. I don't think he's going to get that many tags moving forward. It'll still be LDU. It was just Jordan was tagging today and went to him during the game. So I know, Bales, but the deals usually get done somehow. But Will, the thing is, there's no way for them to get it to get done unless Port trade away a big fish and get multiple first-round picks in. So like they would have to trade Zach Butters away early, but they're not going to do that because they want Bud to keep Butters because they think he's going to be a big part of their future. So they're not going to trade him until the following year. But Nasai's contract will be this year. I still think there's a good chance Crows get him. I'm not going to say... I think he's still like to stay at St Kilda. But he's... Wayne Miller is his family. He's either his cousin or his uncle. One of the two. I think it's his uncle. He could play there and still hang out with Jace Berger and Adelaide. I don't know. I'm very interested to see how this goes. Nick Shug, we're in total control. Let's hope they continue. Unlike round one, if we never hear for the rest of the season, he's kicked it over the head of the leaning forward. We will do well, says Nick Shug. You're talking about Carlton there, Nick? If Nasri wants to go to Port, he will go through the draft, but will lose some money on his deal that way. I think if Port can't get him, and I don't think he'll risk going to the draft and he'd go to the Crows. I don't think he would risk going to the draft because another team would be silly not to pick him up. My top 3 learnings from this season is 1, choose players you know who are Jets. 2, don't choose impact and role volatile players. And 3, don't take preseason games seriously. I watch them for the guys, for some guys, but yeah, I do agree with it. A little bit of that, but yes. But it's not leaving this year says, well, that's what I mean. So it's going to be hard for Port to do it. If you play AFL Fantasy, there's some exciting changes they've made, says Blue Dynamite. Yeah, I did see they made a few changes. Come on, Petrarca, get the tackle, man. Kick for Zach Williams. So they got Lord and Hollands on the wings at the moment. So either one, Doherty starting on the bench again, which I wouldn't be shocked. Here's a +6 for Petrarca. Either Doherty starting on the wing or he's gone to halfback. There's gone for a +5. He's going to give it to Cozzy. And it looks like Doc's on the bench, is he? Didn't get a chance to look. I think based on what I can see, because Carroll's there, Cowan's there, Holland. Literally, the 3 amigos are right there. So I'd imagine Doc's starting on the bench. Yep, yeah, he is. He's not there. Again, why are they starting on the bench? He shouldn't be the 7th defender, and Van Rooyen marks it, lining up for goal. Rioli with the smother of the year, converting to a goal, says Wado. Where Rioli playing very well, smother of the year, and chased and tackle of the year. J. Delaporte fell for the Briggs trap early days. That was the end of my season. Bring on 2026. Find it funny how we watch. I find it funny how we watch so much footy, but sometimes pick the wrong players just because we're scared of tags and subs. Sub will be gone next year. It sounds like that, which will be an absolute blessing. It'll be so good when it's gone. Like people keep reporting that the overwhelming majority of coaches don't want the sub. And I feel like that is all coaches because overwhelming majority means there's probably 1 or 2, but they're not going to come out and say all coaches want the sub gone next year because then they'll just look like idiots for keeping it for another year. So I think it could be gone next year. I'm quietly confident. I'm regretting trading in Gorn. Should have had a Cherry 0, said Karen. I think I'd kept Cherry in Supercoach, but yeah. Not watching the game. I'm watching Richmond versus Eagles go the Tigers, says Jackson. I reckon he'll sign a 2-year deal, then leave. Yeah, and I probably think that's what he's going to do, right? Butter's going to end up at Carlton with Ken, says Chase Sutts. Just don't let Collingwood get Nasiah, says Brad. He's either going to go to St Kilda or go to Port. He's stay at St Kilda or go to Port of Crows. It's not going to be anything else other than that. McCarthy 25 says Will. Thank you, mate. Nasiah would fit in so well with the Crows role-wise, says Gehu. I agree. He would elevate the Crows to another level if he went to the Crows. He would transform the team even more. Like, I'd be very, very excited if he signed for the Crows, but we got to see if he does or doesn't. There's more chance of him going to Port somehow or staying at St Kilda, but Crows are there. They've offered a lot of money and a long-term deal. So I guess we'll see, right? Petrarca got a handball along with Gorn in there. If Nasiah goes to the Crows, they would make the grand final, says Caleb. I don't know if we make the grand final, but yes, I think I'd be very, very bullish moving forward because he's like 21. So I'd rather they piss off opening round to Spruce Moose. I hope they get rid of opening round as well. I'd rather them go get rid of opening round, get rid of these mid-season 5 weeks of buys and just do a split round. And then we're golden. And then it's more about the trading game. There's no buys to think about. You can pick the players you like throughout the season, and that's it. I honestly don't understand why they wouldn't do a split round. It doesn't make sense. Like, you've got 9 games a week, do 5 games one week, 4 games the next. It really baffles me. Like, if you do that, you have a Thursday night game, a Friday night game, 2 games on the Saturday, and then 1 game on the Sunday. And then you would have, here's Petrarca for another +6 coming up. Then you'd have a Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday afternoon, and maybe Saturday night, and you don't have a Sunday game for that one week. And people can just relax on a Sunday, spend time with the family. And the AFL wouldn't lose revenue because it would just be because it would be a split round. There would be no overlapping of games, and everyone would tune into the one game. And then be better at the fixturing. Get the primetime games in the primetime slots and actually do flex fixturing. Like, do maybe fixturing up until round 10
and then flex the fixture after that. It's really I'm someone at home that watches footy and just does fancy podcasts for him. And if I'm coming up with these ideas and they're not too bad, it shouldn't be too hard for these people in the AFL to actually get it going. But who knows? If Nasai goes to Crows, he'll be McLeod-esque, says Nicky Joe. Agreed. Crows don't really have a great kicker off halfbacks as well. And that's what I mean. Bales into AFL CEO mode. We should vote Bales for new AFL CEO. Yep. I wouldn't mind that. Brad Smith, Bales will fantasy go back to Friday night lockout. Has fantasy become a bit too easy? Thoughts? Mate, if it's too easy now, then I must not be a very good coach, because if it's easy, we'd all be up in the ranks. But I don't know if it's easy. I don't think we'll ever go back to Friday night lockout. It's either going to be rolling lockout, which is probably likely what it's going to be at. Is that Fritsch for a goal? Yep, another back-to-back goals for Melbourne. That's annoying as someone that tipped Carlton. It's either going to go to rolling lockout or it's going to go to first game Saturday lockout. Give people the 2 games there. Carlton 5, instead of opening round next year, make it rivalry round. And how silly it is that Gold Coast get an extra game against Essendon because the opening round missed game. Oh, no, but it's just like an all fixture, right? I'm not, there's not an issue with them playing Essendon, right? It's, is what it is. They were going to play Essendon twice in the fixture anyway. So I just say it is what it is. Keen to see what Greg Swan will do. I'm hoping he makes some good changes. With the lockout, I'm having my best year since I retired from soccer. I've also later checked late changes, says Nicky Joe. Jace, to my fellow Hat brother, I hope we strike it rich and cross paths in Turkey from that sugar top makeover. Thanks, mate. Appreciate that. Is that a free kick for Gawn? Oh, seriously, that is a soft free kick. Gawn, to be fair, Gawn did fall forward. That's what I'm thinking. If fantasy is easy, then what am I doing wrong? Says Carlton 5. Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. Let's do a refresh here. I think Doc should be back on. Obviously hasn't touched it. Petrarca up to 54, so at least Petrarca's getting going. But Melbourne's starting to look pretty good now. Either Doc's at half back. Oh, that's out in the full, I think. Is it on the full? Yeah, Cozzy's lined up for goal. Of course it's bloody Cozzy. McCarthy, 28. That's Jepp has said on his podcast recently, just do Friday night lockout for the round. I don't mind either way. Like, it means that people wouldn't be looping. It probably means that almost the 23rd primo would... Oh, Cozzy Pickett a goal again. Fuck's sake. So the one thing I just want to go right is tipping. And now Melbourne are back in the game again. This is why I hate when I'm actually doing well at tipping. Because then I start getting more invested in tipping. And then when a team I tip doesn't win, I then get angry. Jace, should Carlton win this? I have $20 on it at $2 odds, praying my night depends on it. They were looking good early, but they've conceded 3 goals in a row to start the third quarter, so they fell asleep. I tipped them. I thought they were going to win and bounce back, but the way that they've started has not been good. And I wouldn't be shocked if Melbourne ran away with this now, because this is what Carlton do. So Cozzy up to 66. GC would have been a much better play over... I went bloody Parker over Cozzy. And Cozzy's already passed him by 18 points and still going. And I didn't go in for the bloody tag. Solstrip looks like he's being subbed out. So Lindsay into the game. No, so Doherty's still on a wing. And Oliver's just stealing it away from Chera then. That should be a mark. Yep. Looks like Lindsay's playing forward. Cowan, look to your right. Is that Doc for a +6? No, bloody O'Farrell. And he's going to go to Hewitt. Seriously, why are you not going to... So Hewitt's got the free kick against Cozzy. And Hewitt was going to go to Doc and ignored him. TDK, go to Doc. Go to Doc. There's no reason for you to go bang it long. Go to Doc, TDK, you idiot. Why are you going to a contest, you absolute idiot? Doherty should easily be on 60, but he's being ignored every single time.
I hate Doherty playing on a wing. Why he's on a wing, I've got no idea. Here's Doc with a handball. First points the quarter. Petrarca with a handball as well. Please Doc with a tackle. That could be a tackle for Doc. Not sure if it will be paid or not, but I'm hopeful. Fantasy is a cool idea. I've been able to make friends playing at Mount Warning in Launceston at the start of the year, says Caleb. Yep, no, fantasy's been great. Like, I've met some of the close friends now because of it, right? So, another tackle for Doc. So, either he's got one or he's got a couple. So, I'd hope that he's got two, but I guess we'll see. No tackle for Doc there. Thought he might have got a third one. For everyone bitching about McCarthy, he's outscoring Hewitt. Just think about that. Is he really? There's a +6 for Chera coming up. I wouldn't mind a Doc +6 here. Straight to Gorn. Yeah, good kick, Chera. Absolute idiot. Why do you kick it? Why do teams do this against Melbourne every week? They kick down the line straight to Max Gawn. Does my head in. If I own Gawn, I'd be happy, but I like the Ron Lockett, to be honest, as Marco. Nicky Joe, Harley Reid going to go back-to-back tons. Could you do Doc down to him and someone else up? I'm probably not. I'm not going to go Doc down to Harley Reid. If I'm going Doc out, I'm going across to a Whitfield or I'm going up to a Dunkley. One of those couple of moves. Now, please switch it, Cowan. Please switch. Don't go. So now you go short, but you go to the other wingman that's not Doc, and you turn it over at the same time. So many. And there is Petrarca with a +6 coming up. Petrarca getting involved now, which is good. And Cozzy all line the 50. What? Seriously. How can you leave the most dangerous player on the ground and top 5, almost top, probably the most dangerous player in the comp, alone in the forward 50? Unforgivable. Great kick from Petrarca, but unforgivable from Carlton. The ruck's going to be an interesting line for next year's starting squad, says Marco. Yeah, it will be. And Cozzy, that'll be a goal. Yep. And now Melbourne are in front. Because Carlton are shit. Carlton are shit. For all the work they did in the first half, and they just leave Cozzy free. Cozzy's kicked 4 goals. Someone like Blind Freddy could tell you that Cozzy Pickett is the most dangerous player on the ground. Don't leave him alone. Look at Wiedering. Wiedering and O'Farrell have got no idea on Cozzy, and Cozzy is alone. That is diabolical defending. Yeah, so Doc didn't get paid that other tackle, so he just got the one tackle. So he's on 46, but Petrarca's on 62, which is nice, but Pickett on 75. He was the pick over Parker, and they were the same price. Could have afforded either. Cozzy 100% All-Australian forward pocket, says Nick. Oh, he's absolute lock. Hate not only Gawn because he starts and then scores heaps after that. Yeah, Gawn's had a good quarter so far. On the bench for rest at the moment, but he started well in this quarter. Chera with a handball. Watching the West Coast game, seems like the Eagles' game plans to kick it to Reid. Already had 20 disposals before half time. I think they're trying to get him a record or something. This is Elizeno. I love how Carlton don't tag Cozzy, but they tag Caleb Daniel. Yeah, exactly. They tag Caleb Daniel, but not Cozzy. I might have to bloody say that on the pod tomorrow, Caleb, I reckon. It's a really, really good point. They tag bloody Cozzy, but they don't tag... So they tag Caleb Daniel, but they don't tag Cozzy. That makes sense. Blue Dynamite, after Chincotta out, maybe you should have pivoted to Pickett. Hindsight, though. I honestly forgot that he was out, but he'll get Windhager next week. I'm not... like I almost guaranteed he'll get Windhager, right? But could have maybe looped him potentially on the bench. Had a good idea for your graphics next year, the Bales heat meter. Oh, the heat meter will be up more often than it's down, to be honest. Should have picked Pickett with his CBAs being up a lot. He's the better player, says Lee. Yeah, but again, then he would go against what I've been trying. What I want to do is he's more of an impact player.
but he's putting up scores this year and getting it done. Yeah, I'm in Tasmania, had to vote today. Felt like I've voted every month now since came 5. I think Carlton score or about to. No, they just scored. They're back in front, Carlton, so we'll see if they can actually hold their lead. I haven't said it too much in this watch long yet, but if you guys haven't smashed like on the video, please do. We're up to 43 likes, so we're still a long way away from our 100 likes, and we've got a quarter and a bit to go. So if you're watching right now and can just go to the like where the like button is, smash a like so we can get to 100 likes as we always do. That's our goal. That would be very, very much appreciated. I like how Carlton get the clearance, but they go to the opposite wing that Doherty was on, but now he's not on. Oh, what a great kick from Bowie then. So half-time as well in the West Coast Richmond game. So I'll just go through the scores there quickly. So we got Harley Reid's on 65, Loston 62, Duggan on 60. I bloody looked at Duggan a few weeks ago. Didn't end up going there. Here's Cozzy again, just still racking up the points. Another kick, intercepted by Cooper Lloyd. Now please switch it. You got Sard in board. What? And you turn... My God. Carlton, it's like all their players deliberately pick the wrong option. Like every time they pick the wrong option. It is just ridiculous. Anyway, Taranto's on 54. Fritsch has got a free kick for... Oh, that is bullshit. Nank 49. Marrick's on 46. How's Marrick doing that well again? Ross 37. Tim Kelly's on 34. McCarthy's on 28. Considering he was on not many points early in the game, I'll take that. Short's on 17. Jeez, okay. Of course, had him for 20 touches. That won't be happening. Doc Cook, says Marco. Oh, not cooked, but just not in a good role. So I'll be trading him out next week. He'll be going for me. I thought Doc had the kick in there. Like he was there to take the kick in. So Sard must have told him to go away and he'll take it. Bloody Sard, of course. Literally the non-fantasy relevant player in defence. Windhager been racking up mid-30 touch on the wing past 2 weeks. You think they'll make him a tag again? Next week, definitely they will, because they tagged Pickett last time and it worked. And it worked really, really well. So that you can guarantee that next week. I know Wynn hasn't been doing many tagging jobs, but he will 100% tag Cozzy Pickett next week. I don't have much doubt about it at all. I hope we get the stadium. It looks really good and more jobs because of it. I hope Tassie get the same. I hope they get the roof. Obviously today it showed that the roof would be quite handy. That was good defence by Wiedering. And Haynes again. Just shit. It's a free kick for Will White. Get off of him. Get off him, Fritsch, you idiot. God, he's one player I do not like at all. It's Bailey Fritsch. He's an absolute tosser. One of the most selfish players I reckon I've ever seen on an AFL field. And just an absolute grub. And there's Zach Williams. He'll be holding the ball for that one. Tried to get out of the tackle. I don't know why you try and get out of a Jack Viney tackle. That's just a dumb decision. I hope we get McCarthy not even on 30 at halftime. Hope he can save his score in the second half. Yep. Yeah, I can just see my matchup in Hat Chat just going down the gurgler at the moment. And my relegation probably coming to fruition because of how shit my year started. And just not getting any wins to start the year, even though I went poor. Here's Ashton Moore for a +6. Oh, actually, funny enough as well, in the matchup, if Baz was to... Oh, Jesus. Stephen May's completely taken out Francis Evans there. And Francis Evans, he's concussed. He's going to be ruled out. Has he taken him out? Or was it just accidental? He's definitely concussed. And he's bleeding from the nose. He looks in a bad way. Could have taken Loman's score instead of McCarthy. What a blunder. So what's happened? Oh, bang! He could be in a bit of strife. He's chose to bump, even though the ball's there, and he's got him high. May's going to be in big trouble. Yep. He's going to be... I know he tried... That's actually a hard one. He's trying to go for the ball, but he's collected him high and taken him out. He's going to be in trouble. May the grub piss off May, says Nicky Joe. May has a streak of him. Grub. Ashton Moore lining up for goal, so he's taking the free kick. But yeah, that was... What do we think? Is that a suspension? I think it probably is, right? Because he's been concussed. But I also feel like the ball was right there. That's going to be a really tough one. Ashton Moyes kicked his 4th goal as well. So Carlton in front by 6 points. So Ashton Moyes kicked 4. What's his score? Well, he's on more than that, isn't he? He's a 52, so he'll be on 61, Ashton Moy. Jeez. The fact that he's on 61 and I've got other scrubs in my bloody team that aren't on March is ridiculous. So Petrarca 6-2. Bloody Doherty still on 46. Doherty has scored 15 points since quarter time because of this wing roll. It's funny that players like Bergman, Doherty... Can someone get this blood, cleaned off of France Evans' face? He's concussed and he's, not even... how are the doctors not going up to France Evans and clearing this blood off of his face? Seriously. He's just walking around with his blood, with his nose completely, pouring out blood. And the doctors are too busy discussing if he should be getting a concussion test or not. How about you get to the player and actually clean up the blood and do your job? Seriously. Surely they don't interview him, says Marco. I wouldn't be shocked the way what they did last week. This is where red cards need to come in, says Nicky Joe. At least 1 week because of the result. Brad Smith, he knew what he was doing. Don't worry about that. He's gone. I think he is. I guess I'm just wondering what other people think that was going to happen, right? Oh my God, gone out the back. Come on, Doc. No mark for Doc. It's literally Cozzy 3-on-1. So Doc will get the kick. So Doc up to 49. But the fact that he hasn't done much since then. Is that against Ashton Mott? That is not insufficient intent. They need, and the AFL, I still keep coming back to that line that Andrew Dillon said, the game is as good as it's ever been. What a crock of shit. I reckon the game has almost hasn't been worse, to be honest. There is so many rules that are shit, so many umpiring mistakes, so many things about the game that do all of our heads in, and we get talked to like we're dumb, and we get talked to like the game is as good as it's ever been. What a crock of shit. If X got 3, May should get that at least. Yeah, probably. Yep. Hollands, go short to Doc. Go short to Doherty, and you're going to go back to Sud. It's gone 5 metres. Sud gets away from Pickett. That's not an easy thing to do. To Motlop. Go out wide. Are they going to go out wide to Doc? My God. Doc has been open for 8. Carroll, go. No, he's not going to handball back to Doc. He would never do that. He's going to kick forward. You prick. God, Matt Carroll, shit. Petrarca, I think he just got the handball away. Doc was, open for ages, calling for the ball, and his teammates just went, nah, we're not passing to you. So he's gone for me next week. I love Doc. Nothing against him personally, but I've got to trade him out. How are Carlton so bad with so many good players, says Yubunkin247. Yep. No, mate, I ask that question every time I watch Carlton play. Also doesn't help when their players don't pick the right option all the time. Can't trust Carlton this season. Team is a rabble. No role is consistent in their team. Yep. Yeah, besides Cripps. Cripps is the only one, but he hasn't been scoring well fantasy anyway, so he's not an option. But yes, agreed. Here's Cozzy again. Apparently he's allowed to stay alone in the 50. So is Doc going to take the kick in here, or is Sard going to be an idiot and run up and steal it from him? No, Hollands of all people is going to... You prick. You bastard. Absolute idiot. Of all people, that idiot's got to be the one that takes the kick in away from Doc. And as well to Doc, like, seriously, grow some balls and actually bloody take the kick in from Hollands instead of bloody going, oh, yep, you take it. That's fine. I'm a wingman. That's all good. Seriously. Four minutes to go. Geez, this game can't be over quicker, to be honest. Why do I own shit? I just need to ask that question at my own team. Why do I own shit players in my fantasy team? That's the question I'm going to ask. Why do I own shit players? Get Doc's free. Flynn Young, look to your left, you absolute dickhead. Oh, you prick. Another one. Another player where Doherty's forward of the ball, acres of space. Oh, my God. I might have to turn this off very soon. I might have to switch over to the other game. This game's doing my head in. I can't. I'm getting too angry. And here we go. Kick the goal. First goal. Everyone's going to get around him. Yay. Oh, seriously. Confirm Carlton hate Doc, says Marco. Yeah, they do. Yep. Like, I'm trying to fathom. He is free 20 metres ahead of you. And you go, no, I'm going to kick from just on my range. And he's lucky that he kicked it. And no one will say anything because he kicked the goal. And to be fair, Charlie Kenner probably should have gone for goal. So he goes short to, look at this. Look at that. Doherty, acres of space, and he gets ignored. And people go, oh, look at Flynn Young, first goal in footy, good stuff, well done, good on the youngster. No. Selfish. And people go, look how good it is. Nah. Thinking about trades next week, do you tick off these? Liddy to 2CK, Rook McCarthy to Sinclair. Yep, Elizabeth, I tick them off. Actually, Sinclair's probably the one I'll probably get for Doc next week if I also decide to trade Marshall. I can probably get Sinclair as one and then probably get Gawn or English as the other. Here's Petrarca again. Another kick for Petrarca. Seriously. I'm so sick of watching Carlton games because I'm so sick of seeing Hollands and Carroll and Cowan on my screen. I really am. It's your own fault, Bales. You know Doherty's role's inconsistent. Mate, I haven't been able to trade him. Lee, I haven't been able to trade him. He was gone for me this week, but it's a bit hard when you've got Rosie, Martin, and Cherry all out. So that's why I've still got Doherty. I shouldn't still have Doherty in my team. He should have been gone for me a couple of weeks ago, but we'd forced trades. I haven't been able to trade him. Thanks for the amazing entertainment with your rage, Bale, says your boy Zenith. Oh, mate, I'd much rather be happy and be enjoying these watch-alongs, but I just can't. With these players that continue to ignore Doc, I wonder if Cripps will just go... Yeah, Cripps is going to go long down line. Not even going to look at switching. Hasn't looked once. Even the captain is not even wanting to switch the ball. TDK, he'll go long down the line like he normally does. Just switch the ball for once. My God. And a shit kick. Yep, turnover. Absolute shocker. No, Carlton got it back. Oh my God, that is a bad kick. Cherish should have marked that. That is awful. My God, Doc's not even going to be on 50 at three-quarter time, and he was on 31 at quarter time. What a pickup by George Hewitt. What was that high against May? Yeah, Sinclair's a good run to finish season. He's pretty cheap right now. Yeah, he's one I'm probably going to be pretty keen on if he goes well tomorrow. Only option I really see in the back line says Elizondo. Or him and Whitfield if you don't have Whitfield, but I think I'll get Whitfield the week after because I think Sinclair's got a better game next week. There's Chera. No, not going to be a goal. That's a behind. No more can't watch songs, says Marco. Yeah, I think from now on, unless it's... if they're on a Saturday night, I'm not doing a can't watch long. I'll do the other game, even if I've got no players in that team. But once I trade Doc, I won't have a Carlton player in my fantasy team except for Ashton Moore on my bench, right? But no more Carlton watch longs. They are just hard watch. And I'm not even a Carlton fan, and I get angry watching them. Petrarca handball. Out of bounds. Unlucky bars off Phil Fuse's lead. Thank you, mate. Hewitt being very quiet. Poor Warney. Oh, Hewitt being quiet is at least something in my matchup because the guy I'm playing's got Hewitt, but it's not going to matter because it's not like Doc's doing really much better. Same with McCarthy. I've got all these players in my team that aren't doing anything. So even if his players shit the bed, I don't have players of my own that are doing anything. There's a great kick by Lindsay. And Van Rooyen got in the way of Melksham then. At least Doherty will probably get more than Tom McCarthy says a swish. But the thing is, I got both his uniques in a matchup of mine that I need to win. So it doesn't matter a swish. I need both to score well. It's not like a case of at least he goes better than the other. I need both to go well. $50 seconds to go. That'll be a behind. I just pray for a Doherty +6, but it's not going to happen, is it? Did tell you in back-to-back? Yeah, he did, Marco. Yep. Bales I fielded Liddy says has. Oh, mate. Feel your pain. A few people would have. I like how Sard is the one that always comes over and demands the kick in. Like, why is he the one that always takes the kick in? I know Doc's not going to take kick-ins, right? But because and again, they're going to the other wing that Doherty's not on. Everyone's on the opposite wing to Doc. Is Doc going to get disposal here? No, it's going to go over his head. Of course it will. 16 seconds. Can Doc get something going here? No, free kick for Wiedering, so we get nothing. No, Wiedering, too slow, mate. Absolutely too slow. Take your time, idiot. Oh, my God, seriously. Yeah, 3/4 time. Get this game over and done with. Just get it off my screen. I'm so sick of watching Carlton. I really am. Elizondo, will you watch the end of the West Coast Richmond game after this or ending the stream early? Oh, I've got no idea. Today it's just been, I've been so angry all today. I haven't been in a good mood all day. I feel like I did wake up on the wrong side of the bed. Even getting up, I was annoyed. Don't know why. Just felt pissed off, and this is just rage-inducing even more. So, I would love to see your reaction if Doc takes a kick in, but kicks it from inside the square. Says Brad. I'd turn off the stream. I'd end the stream if he did that. What's for Dinner Bell says has. I got no idea. I'm not sure. Footy efficient Chera needs to go. Yeah, he does. He's been shit tonight. Along with, I know Carlton are in front, but I feel like Melbourne have also helped them a bit in that respect. Let's go through the scores. Cozzy Pickett top scorer on 82, Charlie Curnow 79, and Rivers 75. That is it of fantasy relevance for over 75. Gawn's on 72, so not a great score, but he could still ton up from here easily. Oliver 69, Petrarca 67. It's just. As a unique in my matchup, it's just nothing. Like 67. Like, okay, if he gets a 97, like, yeah, just, yep. Like Cowan's on 66. That should be Doherty. Moyer 61. That's good. But he's on my bench of all places, and he's scoring a lot more than Doherty, more than everyone else. I've got Chera 61. That's shit. He could still do well from here, but like the fact that Hollands and Carroll and Cowan are all outscoring Doc is an absolute sin. So Doherty's on 49. He's scored 18 points since quarter time. Hewitt's on 35. Jeez, that's very, very bad as well. But see what I mean? Like in a matchup, I'm playing where the guy's got Hewitt. It doesn't matter because I've got Doherty who's not doing any better. I'm going to need Doherty to do his best Josh Dacos impression, to be honest. But he's not going to because he's on a wing. He's not going to get thrown into the midfield for the last quarter. Deep breath, Bales. AFLW starts in a few weeks as limits. Yeah. I got to just hope. I just got to get cracking down with that research and just hope I can pick a good team and really knuckle down in that and try and win a hat there. Or Hilux maybe. Who knows? What if I cooked you some nice soy chicken ramen, Bale, says G. Oh, that's not going to help, G. Unfortunately. I appreciate you wanting to cook dinner for me, but I'm too angry for anything, to be honest. Doc can still turn it around and get to an 80, says Alexander. But I'm not happy with an 80. I don't want 80s. I want tons. I'm sick of players I'm sick of every week 22 players on field and having 10 guys just getting 80s and playing shit. For once, I would just like to have a week where I can sit back, relax, and go, yep, my team's gone really well. Really happy with everyone this week. Do you still have Doc and Classic, says Free Fishing? Yes, I do. Otherwise, I wouldn't be as angry as I am. Bales won't even go to his doc appointment next week. Oh, mate, I might need to go to a doc appointment to check my blood pressure and everything like that because it's not looking good. It's okay, Bales. I've Hewitt. So grim. Yep. Yeah, I know. I feel for you as well, but at the same time, it's... Elizeno, I'm thinking of playing AFLW this season. Never played it before. It's the same as the men fantasy. It is, yep. It's but obviously just less players on field, but same scoring system, everything like that. I would highly encourage you, Elizeno, to get amongst it. And back, what's happening, says Tim. Not much, mate. It's a pretty shit game, to be honest, this one. I'm partly regretting doing a watch song tonight, but we're still here. We got 45 likes as well, so we're still 55 away from 100. So if you are watching now, please help us get to 100 likes. That's our goal every stream. We're still a long way away. If you've got even a backup account or a third account on YouTube and can go there and smash a like for us, that'd be very, very much appreciated. Bales, I'll cook you some fettuccine carbonara. Will that help? No, I'm sorry. Nothing. No, you cook me my favourite meal. It's not going to help. Unfortunately, I'm too angry for that. I appreciate the sentiment though, Has and G. But it's not going to help. Jace, I recently just got back into sports betting. It's hard graft, cleaned a lot. I went to blackjack and felt a rage I've never felt before. Yeah, I can understand that. Can we just get some blessings? Mate, yes, I feel your pain. I do. Can I help you with trades next week? Tim, mate, feel free. You're the one that's ranked top 50, so tell me what I should do with my team. My rank's 68 again, says Tim. Should have never started the year with Stuart Bales, says Footy Fishing. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. I know I shouldn't have. You should have told me that before round one, Footy Fishing, and I might not have. Thank you, Susan, for the super chat. Appreciate it. Cheer up, Bales. Hope you get yourself something nice for dinner after this. Again, we all appreciate everything you do with Fantasy. Always love tuning in. Thank you, Susan. I do appreciate that very much. Do you jump on with Free Kick to talk AFLW, said Nicky Joe? Yeah, on their Twitter space and stuff, and I've been on the podcast once or twice as well. So, yeah, always like collaborating with them. Bells, we do AFLW Fantasy Content this league. Yes, I definitely will. Yep, for sure. Jace, what did you lose? Did you have a big bet on or something like that? No, just meaning like I'd feel your pain in a casino. Like I have lost money, like not a lot, like $100, but still, I'd much rather be going in there and winning money. Oh my God, Doherty starting on the ground, but he's on a wing. But last quarter is underway. Gone with a handball to get things started. There's Cozzy again. I just love how Cozzy's had so much space and no one's gone near him. Good news, McCarthy just got a +6. Send me a photo of your team next week, says Tim. Tim, you'll be able to see my team on the... I literally post on the socials. I do a video of my team, so you'll be able to see it there. So, mate, let me know what you think I should do. Your rage brings us great joy and entertainment, so cheers for that. Thank you, Marco. I appreciate that it gives you entertainment, but I don't like the fact I need to be angry all the time. And I shouldn't be. And people would say, oh, you should be. It's just a game. It's just fantasy, whatever. Of course, Fritsch kicks a goal. Of all people to kick a goal, piss off, you prick. God, I'd be shocked if anyone liked him, unless you're a Melbourne fan. He is just an absolute grub. Just has oh, jeez. He's just one of those guys, if you played footy, you would just want to tackle and tackle hard. Not knock him out, not talking about injuring, but just really impose yourself on him in the game. Is this good for Carlton, says Jace? No, because Melbourne kicked a goal. They're still in front, but Melbourne are right there and wouldn't be shocked if they won the game. Flying Ryan's kicked goal of the year, says Has. Melbourne winning would be just the icing on the cake, Bale, says Brad. Yeah, it would, but it wouldn't shock me. It's just the way this year's gone. It's just the way this year's gone, to be honest. Is Petrarca okay? Seemed to be getting up just a little bit sore there, Petrarca. Hopefully he's okay. Moya should have held that mark then. Flynn Young's going to kick a goal here. No, he's missed it. How can you miss that? 20 metres out, a snap on not a very hard angle and you miss that. Jeez. I just ranked one, says Darcy Gray. What? Yeah. First overall in fantasy? Come on, Tiger, says Wader. If Petrarca with a handball. Petrarca with a tackle on Doc, of course. Oh, no. Hey, Doc's got points. Doc. +4 coming up. That should be 50. Give him 50. Get him a shot at goal. Nah, they're not going to do it. But we get Doc points. He's over 50. Didn't take long. Seriously. He's only got like 20 points in 2 and a bit quarters. Unbelievable. Free kick. Yeah, says Brad Bales, you should get Buddy Fritsch haircut. Nope, definitely not. It's just annoying, though, that Petrarca was the one that gave away the free kick. Like, that's the thing that I get 1 point. Like, because I've literally got both those guys as uniques in my matchup. And Petrarca's the one that gives away the free kick. Well, he's on 66, so either he touches it here or... Yeah, he must get it here. No. Is Doc going to get it again? Doc again! Handball! Give it back to him. Why on earth would you do that? Hewitt gets away from Cozzy. He got tripped. Yeah, get it to Doc. Get it to Doc. Hewitt free kick against Cozzy. And Hewitt kicks it straight to Cozzy. He didn't get it, Cozzy, but still, like... So Haynes free kick. Would love a switch here, but they're going to go short. Yeah, so of course you go short when someone else is free. Why was that a free kick, says Nicky Joe. Trick, if you're talking about that one. Darcy Gray, NRL was better. I tend to disagree. I don't mind watching NRL. I'm not going to sit here and say NRL shit or anything like that. I actually don't mind watching NRL every now and again. I love the State of Origin, but AFL is clearly better. But it is an opinion one. So just because I say AFL is better does not mean that it is. But I enjoy AFL more. What do you got? 17 minutes to go. Why is it saying encoding overloaded? Consider turning down. I don't know why. My computer just said that the stream was going slow. But anyway. Oh, that's out in the full. It's out in the full. And that's out in the full. That is clearly out in the full. How is the... Oh, my God. Typical umpiring crap. Doc 55. If Doc can get... As people said, if Doc gets 80, it is what it is. But I'd much rather him go 100. But if he goes 80 and Hewitt doesn't do much, then I've made up some ground in my matchup. But Oliver just got the handball away. Please just, like, I'd love just like a, and Gawn takes the mark. Go away, Gawn. Of all games, Gawny, I love you, but please don't please don't go big this game. Just have an average score. Otherwise, it really means I have made the wrong call. I have made the wrong call anyway, because McRae would have to completely shit the bed tomorrow for me to be safe, but that's not going to happen. Go on, the GOAT had him all year, and so should you all. Yeah, I wish I did. Any beers for tonight, Bales, says Darcy Gray. Nah. I'm too upset to be bloody having beers, to be honest. And I don't drink beer anyway, but if I was to have any alcohol, it's not the night. And most people would say, oh, drown your sorrows, but nah. Nothing for Petrarca there. Get to Ashton Moyer. Go, Doc. Give it to Doc. Go, Doc. Kick go. Doc, kick it. Oh, again, bloody Langford just getting in the way. It's almost like the ball is teasing Doc at the moment, and it's just not happening. Cowan, long ball. Come on, someone get to Doc, please. Doc is around the mark. Doc is around. No, and Bowie's on the ball. That's ball for Doc. Yes, Doc. What a tackle! What a tackle! Brilliant. Brilliantly done. Please, Doc, kick the goal. He's a little bit sorry, copped the knock, but he's all right. Come on, Doc. Oh. I don't know if he's going to kick it. He looks a bit sore. Yes! Get in! Come on! Get in! Yes! Get around him! Should be bloody passing him the ball bloody more, instead of friggin' bloody chipping it around to other spuds. Get in. Love it. What a tackle. I didn't think he was going to get there. Brilliant. 69 he's on now. If he can get 11 more points, I'd be stoked. Brilliant tackle. How can you not love the man? And I don't know why Carlton players don't pass to him more. Doc is a lock for a ton. Manifesting it for you, Bell says has. I hope so. If he actually goes well, we might actually be looking up. Is Doc on Carlton, says Jace. Yes, he is. Yep. Doc really is trying his best. Josh Dagos impressed, says Elizano. He's got 20 points a quarter, and that was all from one act at the moment. So I don't want to be saying it just yet. I won't say that he's doing his best Josh Dagos impression yet. Hewitt free kick. He's bleeding a bit as well, Hewitt. Kicks to Cripps. It was a big goal in the game as well, because not only are they're now up by 11 points, it's 2 goals now. Oh, bloody Carroll's lining up for goals. Seriously. Has he kicked it? My God, Matt Carroll. I love how it's like the player I like has kicked it, and then a player that I have a go at has kicked a goal. Seriously. No, I'm not cheering for that. I'm sorry. As someone that has ignored Doherty on a multitude of occasions, not going to be happy for your first goal, buddy. Epic question already answered, says Chase. Need a bit more from track, though, says Gehu. Yeah, I need him and Petrarca just to get going. 16 on dinner for 2 go. Doc, says Brad. Yeah, I need if Petrarca and Doc from here could somehow scrape 90s, I might be back in my matchup. But it's probably dependent a bit on Hewitt and Chera not doing anything from here. But a few people got Chera and Hewitt out there, so bloody Chera and Hewitt both got handballs there. I think Doc's come off for a rest, I reckon. He's either come off a rest or they're going to say he's come off due to an injury. He's probably come off from that knock. There's Lindsay. And he's going to miss it unless it's a mark. No, it's a miss. So Nut Doherty's just come off for a rest. Oh, he's getting strapped though. He must have got a bit of a corky in the calf. He'll come back on. I think he's okay. I hope so, but he is a bit sore. But I'll be trading him anyway, as long as he can. I don't know if he's just going to get to a better score now because of that, but he's going to get himself to about a 70. So, Chera fumble. Got the handball away just. Free kick to TDK. Bloody Richmond. Up by 27 against West Coast over at Optus. That's very surprising. There's Hewitt with another handball. Hewitt's going to get another handball there as well. So 2 handballs. And Lindsay misses Petrarca. And he gets pinged for a throw. But yeah, so Hopper 86, Reed 83, Duggan 73, Taranto 61, Nank 57. McCarthy's up to 34, but I say up to, it's not very good. That's what I mean. Like, I was getting excited for Doc and doing that, but I've still got Doc, Petrarca, and McCarthy all as uniques in this matchup. It's just, yeah. I'm going to need Baz and Nasiras because they're uniques for me tomorrow. I need them to just go absolutely massive. But people are talking about Baz being out, so... Richmond running over the game in the other match. McCarthy gone missing again. I think he needs to go next week, says Elizeno. I won't be able to trade him next week, but he'll go the week after. I'll have to hold him just because I've got Doc and stuff to deal with. But if he's on your field, he can go. He can go up. I need Gordon McCarthy to ton, says A Swish. Blues and hot packs, says Footy Fish. And I heard someone say Blues are... Did someone say Blues are back before? Because I was going to say that's definitely not. No, it doesn't look like it. Doc on bench, says Brad. He copped a corky. He's going to be okay, I think. So Cozzy got the handball and then the tackle. That is very annoying as a non-owner. Will says, I'm back. As McCarthy doing shit in my favour, says Tim. Yes, yeah, because you don't have him on field, Tim. So if he's doing bad, it's good for you as you don't have him on field when a lot of people around you would. So up to 61 likes as well. So if you haven't smashed a like yet, please do. We are up to, what did I say? 61 likes. We're 39 away from 100 likes. So if you haven't smashed a like, please do. Doc is out for the season. Darcy, don't do that, mate. Don't be doing that sort of stuff. Because to be fair, it's not going to matter because I'm trading him out of my fantasy team anyway. But we don't want stuff like that in the chat. So we've got 11 minutes 20 to go. Will can't believe McCarthy somehow shit against Richmond, but against Pies he scores a ton. His role's different. He's not one of the main guys there anymore. Chair another handball. I reckon if Carlton kick another goal or two, they could have the game. But if Melbourne get the next one, it's right back on again. Gone with a handball there as well. That should be a free kick to Lord. Got tackled without it. How is that not a free kick? Says injured on app, says Marco. Yeah, no, because he copped the knock. It's going to say that, right? He'll be fine. Please try get to 80 at least, says Elizeno. Yeah, Petrarca's just... He's just scored in bunches, but then he's just gone missing for long periods of the game. Yeah, Doc's about to come back on. Where's this Bailey Smith not playing coming from? Is it confirmed? No, it's just the fact that Never and Stevens didn't play VFL today. So Geelong doing their usual thing of carrying over multiple emergencies. But then someone said that he was having a fitness test during the week. So it's not a shock, right? It's the Bailey Smith experience. It's what we get with Bailey Smith. Oh my God, Lindsay again going for goal and has missed it. He goes for goal. He's gone for goal how many times and he's missed it? Is that Carroll passing to Doc? Holy shit! Carroll just passed to Sam Doherty. And Doherty is getting a +6 coming up right now. What the hell just happened? Carroll passing to Sam Doherty. Didn't think I'd ever see the day. So Doc's up to 75 now. So funny that... Oh, hang on. Is this going to be a chance for Melbourne? No. Good spoil from O'Farrell. Fritsch didn't look once. Sucked in. Selfish prick. Love it. Love when he misses. He didn't look once. Like, it's funny that everyone doesn't have a go at Bailey Fritsch too much for doing that. But he gets the ball within 50 metres. He doesn't look to pass at all. Like, surely you take a split-second look to look inside. Nothing, they'll go for goal. But he doesn't. He gets the ball and looks at the goal straight away. I'd be embarrassed if he was on my team. And Van Rooyen's marked. Time, anyone, says Nab. Got 8 minutes, 53 to go in the game. Carlton up by 15, but Melbourne about to line up for a goal. Dot goal Sadim says Will. Mate, I don't care if it's Sadim or not. I'm just happy he's doing better. In a low-scoring game, he's actually in the top few, which is funny because his second and third quarter were bad, but his first and now his last quarter as well have been pretty good. But just 15 more points from Doc, I'd be pretty happy with his score of 90 if he can get there. 8.5 minutes to go. If they can chip it round, bit of waxing, if they can actually pass to Doc a bit in this last quarter, of course they're going to the opposite pocket. I would also like Petrarca to actually to get involved for once. Here goes Williams. I'd like another Carlton goal. That'd be nice. And Ashton Moyes marked. Beautiful. He'll get a 70, I reckon. This looking like he's going to line up for goal. I think regardless, he's going to get 70. So, not bad Baz cover, but I want Baz to play because he's unique in my matchup. It's because players are all hot shots these days playing for the highlight reel. Went Doc to Butters, and Doc's going to outscore him. Yeah, that's a good point. So Ashton Moy lining up for... Is this his fourth or fifth? Is this for his fifth goal? Oh, and he's absolutely hooked that. That is awful. Had to kick that. That would have been a big goal in the game. That would have been 20-point lead. That would have been a big one. But is he up to 70 now? Matt Carroll's on 71. That is just atrocious. So Moyes on 67. Well, it's good cash gen. I'll definitely take that. What's Petrarca on? 63. That is shit. 63. And I was saying that he was a good pick up as a forward this week. That is really good pressure from O'Farrell. Oh, no way have they paid that in the back. Oh, that is shit umpiring. That is absolutely atrocious call. I want to see the replay again, but that looked like a very, very bad call. Oh, geez, Fritsch, that's a bad kick. It's not going to matter. May's got a lot of time. That wasn't in the back, was it? -4 this quarter for Petrarca. Yep, says McCarthy injured. Oh, yeah. There we go. More shit coming. Yep. And of course, he's a unique in my matchup when he should not be unique. And Cozzy, that'll be another goal. See, there you go. Carlton, they miss one at the other end, and then Melbourne get one back, so it's back to 8 points again. You'd be very happy with Moya. Bale says, well, oh, I am for cash gen, but I don't need cash gen anymore, and he's on my bench. Who's track getting tags? Is your boy? No, just playing shit. Just playing shit. So that's 5 goals for Cozzy. 103 now. God, I wish I went there. If I'd gone there, would have been in a much better position. Literally, it looks like everyone is going well except for Parker. Very low scoring game, says Will. Yeah, both fantasy and from an actual footy standpoint. How is it that only our relevant players get injured? I know, I ask that every week, Marco. It's always the fantasy players that we've got that get injured. It's not like there's 44 players, there's 46 that play each game with 2 subs. And it always seems to be that if we've got 2 or 3 players in the game, it's always that one player we've got that's injured. Petrarca got a handball in there. Tell you what, if Carlton managed to lose this game, that's high against Petrarca, I reckon. Sorry, against Chera. Yep. Here you go. Melbourne line up. I tell you what, if Carlton somehow managed to lose this game, oh my God. Pickett has more brains in his little toe than most of the Carlton sides, says Brad. Yep. If you went anywhere, really, it would have been better. Yeah, no, well, thanks, mate. Making me feel a lot better. But yes, if I went any other player except Parker, yes, I would be a lot better. So Jefferson lining up for goal. This will bring it back to within 2 points. Geez, I don't think he's got the distance. No, he's got the distance. Yet to goal. Yep. So, of course, the one thing I did have going for me now is looking like it's in jeopardy again because now bloody Melbourne have come back from a few goals down and they're now back to within 2 points. Bloody Chera. What's he on now? 66. God, that's bad. And where's Hewitt? Hewitt's up to 51. That's what I mean. It's not even like bloody my players are doing that much better and can't capitalise on some uniques. Gee, Salem had a bad first quarter, but he's up to bloody 97. What the hell, 2 points? How's this possible? That's such BS, says Jace. Yep. Can someone please tell me how much time left? Says Ghazi. 5 minutes, 26 left. Never trust Carlton to hold a lead, says Elizana. Yeah, I know. I shouldn't have gone Carlton. Too much stress when tipping Carlton. That won't be a tackle for Doc because it went to Melbourne. And Melbourne going inside 50 now. That could be a tackle for Doc, potentially. Bales, what we trade as a swish. Cherry to Grundy and Martin to Parker. So Grundy was good. Parker, awful. How long left, says Jace? 5 minutes to go. So there's still plenty of time. There's Doc, no disposal there. Let's see who wants to be at a Carlton next year. Next 5 minutes will be telling, says DJ. Ellis Richmond are going to end up winning by 6+ points. All West Coast players look stuffed, no pressure whatsoever. Yep, very frustrating. That's a ball up, yep. Bales, what are your thoughts on Tim Ash? Says yes. Tim's fine. Yeah, Tim's good. Tunes in all the time. I like it. It's good. I like everyone that tunes in. Appreciate everyone that tunes in, likes, subscribes, all that stuff. But we're on 61 likes, so if you haven't liked it yet, we're still 39 away. So please smash a like on the video so we can get to 100 again. Like streak's been going since round 2. So if you are tuning in now, just check on the like button and see if you've smashed a like on it yet. That'll be a trip against Haynes. How that's not been called, I don't know. One of the most obvious trips. Petrarca going for goal. Can Carlton actually hold on to this lead and kick a goal their own way? No, because Durden's going to... No. Oh, hang on. No, it's bouncing around. Salem inside 50. Durden again. Oh, too slow. Oliver, that should be holding the ball. Geez, I tell you what, the umpires are giving Carlton a few ones here. Oliver is absolutely fuming. I don't know how that... Oliver, mate, I agree with you. I want Carlton to win, but I agree with you. That is holding the ball every day of the week. Carlton have been gifted. Couple ones there. Should have been a trip in the 50, and that should have been holding the ball. Hewitt with a handball. Now Chera with a kick. I'm shocked that wasn't paid holding the ball. TDK, that's a great mark. Lord. Sorry, Bales, for making you feel bad. You're still my king. Thanks, mate. Appreciate that. That'll be inside Carlton's forward 50. So it's in the right area, but I tell you what, Melbourne have been let off. No, Carlton have been let off. Sorry, that's what I meant. Should have gone sweet this week and captained him, says Marco. Yep, McCarthy just got knocked out by a high bump, says Ella. Oh, you're kidding me. Did he actually get knocked out? Textbook on the ball, says DJ. Yep, agreed. Looks like, is that Kerno with a free kick? Did he actually get... Is McCarthy actually... What's the score? Says Die Hard Fans Cricket. 72-70. Carlton lead by 2 points. Just over 3 minutes to go. Kerno's lining up for goal. McCarthy's fine. Wet Toast just can't touch the ball at the moment. Is McCarthy okay? I think so. I think that was... Not sure. Wait, he looks okay now. I think just very proppy. Kerno to goal. Yes, Kerno. Back to 8 points. That's a big goal. Puts Carlton back out to 8 points. Gawn's up to 94 now. So if I brought Gawn in, it would have been my VC. I probably would be going into Dawson captain tomorrow. I just don't get how that's not holding the ball against Corey Durden for Oliver there. Certainly got away with one, and Carlton have kicked a goal the other end. He's all good, says Marco. Not injured on the app. Yep, just took a kick in, says Susan. Okay, that's good to hear. Calf injured for a bit, but it's back on. Says, yeah, he's back on. He just took a kick in. Looks fine now, but it did look like a heavy bump. Zilazeno. TDK and Kerno win the game for Carlton. I did not see that coming, says DJ. Your boy, sat on the bench for a bit. Couldn't get his hand on the ball anyway, says your boy. Jack Ross on track to ton up. Of course he is. Still not going to say Carlton are going to win this from here, though. There's still 2.5 minutes to go. If Melbourne kick a goal, it's right back on again. So Carlton need to either waste the clock or kick another goal. Waste time, I should have said. Doherty with a handball. Moves to 77. Jack Ross, the Spud says Will. Fair enough, Will. 66 likes now. 34 away from 100. If you haven't liked it, please do. If you've got a second account, third account, and can smash a like for us, please do. We'll just put Kerno behind the ball. They will soon, I would imagine. I think they want to kick another goal, or at least wait for another minute to go off the clock. How many minutes left, says Koot Schuber. 2 minutes 20. Looks like Steve May's just gone off as well. Don't know what happened there, but yeah, 2 minutes 18 to go in the game. Petrarca got a handball. Ball in. Geez, Petrarca's not even going to get a 70 tonight against Carlton in an easy matchup. Kind of hope Petrarca kicks a winning goal. I need more points from Mrs. Elizano. I don't want to kick the winning goal. I wouldn't mind if he kicked a goal, but if Carlton win, then I'll be fine. Just because I tipped Carlton as a unique, or as a roughie, sorry, and they're on track at the moment. But, oh, shit. That'll be against Motlop. 2 minutes to go. Oliver with a free kick. Gee, I don't know why you'd be switching at this point. Need to go. You got a minute 50. Oh, straight to Cripps. This is where we need Doc for some +6s. I don't think he's on. This isn't his wing. This is bloody Lord's wing. 51 for McCarthy at 3/4 time, says Dot Holiday. That's not too bad, but Gehu Petrarca's at 70. I'm subscribed. Love your channel. Thank you, Katshuba. Appreciate that. Petrarca's so up and down, it's annoying, says your boy. Yes, agreed. Up to 69 likes as well. I don't know if Fevelenko's tuning in tonight, but I know he always likes getting the like around now. So if you haven't smashed the like on it yet, please do. 31 away from 100. Minute 19 to go. I reckon if there's another 40 seconds off the clock, Carlton should win the game. But if Melbourne go down and score from here, then obviously it's game on still. Is that a free against Oliver? Yeah, Cripps free kick. Oliver is absolutely furious. Not a great kick out in the full. I think McCarthy's getting a HIA test at the break, says Elizeno. Come on, guys, it's getting to 100, says Jace. Everyone slam that like button. Cost nothing. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Yep, we're up to 70, so just 30 away. Just no, I wish I went. If I'd gone Richmond as well, I'd be really happy. But I just thought West Coast over there at Optus would have been the team that would have got it done. But out of bounds. Gorn Tun, says Gehu. Yep. So Gorn Tunning means I definitely should have gone for Gorn over Grundy, as good as Grundy was, and then not got Parker and got McRae. Come on, Wiedering. Where's Doc? I need one more disposal for Doc. He's going to go long down the ground, isn't he? Yep. Didn't look once to switch it. Score, says Diehard Fans Cricket. 6 seconds to go. Carlton up by 8 points. So Carlton will win the game. And Gorn's gone off for a blood roll as well. There you go. Carlton win. Get something from the game. I get the bloody tip right. You're doing a watch-on for any games tomorrow, says your boy. Nah, not tomorrow. I'll have tomorrow off. And plus, I'm going to the Crows game anyway, so I can't do one. Right, going to mess. Going on the interview, says Marco. Richmond smashing West Coast, says CV. So let's go through the scores from the game. If you haven't smashed a like, please do. We're up to 72 likes. So if you are watching now, just check to see if you've liked the stream. If you have enjoyed it, obviously, then please smash a like on the video. That'd be very much appreciated. Low scoring fantasy game, but Cozzy 106, Cripps 104, Sailor 103, Gorn 102, Rivers 101. That's interesting. Someone just needed to get 105, and that would have been cool. And then no 90s. Then it was Oliver 89, and then everyone else is below there. So what else we got? Lord 78. So Doc got 77. He had a good last quarter, like about nearly a 30-point quarter. So I'll take it, but obviously he's got to go next week. The fact that Carroll got 74 is ridiculous. Chera 73. Petrarca 70. That's disappointing. Moya 67. It's good. Good for some cash gen. Where's Hewitt? Hewitt 53. Oh, God, that's bad. That is a bad score, that one. DeConey 44. That's pretty much it. But, yeah, Petrarca 70. That's just one tackle. Like, mate, get your hands dirty. Seriously. 5 marks, 23 touches, no scoreboard impact. That bloody Petrarca, man. Just been very, very underwhelming this year. Do you think Crows will win, says Will? I hope so. Please, Rankin tomorrow, says Gehu. I hope Rankin has a good game and Crows win. Ross went to Reed in the third quarter. He's doing jobs consistently now. Yep, so that's something to watch for with the Richmond matchup. So that's why, Nick Dacos next week against Richmond will probably get Jack Roscoe to him. So what kind of question is that, Bales? Wait, what's that? What kind of question is that? Bales, have you enjoyed it? Of course we... Oh, yeah, okay. Now I get it. Thanks, mate. Appreciate that. Truck another poor game. Either goes 70 or 105 each week, says Alexander. Yep. And, of course, he's unique in my matchup. So that's great. Even though I gained on Chera and Hewitt by having Petrarca and Doherty, but also having McCarthy as a unique is not what I need. Oh, my headphones have gone flat. Hang on. Just got to... All right, cool. What do we got here? All forwards have to be fair, says Will. Petrarca just doesn't care. He's already left the club, says David. I guess we'll have to find out, right? Yeah. Who would Ross go to at Gold Coast? Probably Noah Anderson. He wouldn't be able to match it with Rao. It would be interesting where people go for VC and C next week. Yeah, there's a lot of options. There you go. Clayton Oliver for his 200th. It'll be very, very interesting to see what... they do, what people do for VC and C. So people that want to know what we got next week, right? So Hawthorn Carlton, we're not looking at anyone there. And I'm not going to own anyone in that game either. So I'm going to have 0 players on the Thursday night. Friday night, Essendon and the Dogs. Bont could be huge. Kennedy, English. There's a lot of good options in that game next week. Then Giants Sydney, probably not looking at anyone there either for a captain. Saturday, you've got Gold Coast and Brisbane. I think Dunkley is a good option there in that game. Zorko could also be pretty good as well. Freo West Coast, I think Brayshaw's a good option against West Coast. So I think he could go quite well. North and Geelong, I think Baz could be a really good option as well against North Melbourne. Holmes could probably be quite good. Actually, no, sorry, I missed Sydney Giants, sorry. I meant, Grundy. Grundy's obviously a great option in that game there. So Grundy next week could be obviously good. Then you've got Showdown. Probably not, we're definitely not looking at anyone Showdown. There's not normally high scoring there. Collingwood, Richmond. You'd probably normally say Nick Dacos, but if he gets attention, maybe not. But he should go well anyway. Josh Dacos, probably not captain, but good. And then St Kilda, Melbourne. I wouldn't look at Nasiah because I think you'll get Langdon as a tag next week. But Gawn against Marshall is obviously an option as well. So there's a lot of options next week. I've probably missed a couple that I just haven't thought about. But yeah. That's how it's looking next week. So a lot of good options next week for a captain. It'd be interesting so Nicky Joe, who are we trading, Track or Daniel? Both seem always to go 70, but feel like Daniel was a safe 75-90. I'd still trade Daniel ahead of Petrarca, but I'm probably just going to keep both there along with Parker and just let them rot in the forward line. I need Dawson to get a high score, says A Swish. I hope he does, because if he does, I think Crows will win if he goes well. Bradley Smith, Night Bales, thanks for the entertainment. Tomorrow's another day. We keep coming back as we love fantasy. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Thanks for tuning in. Anyone else here in Tasmania? Stadium situation will be interesting, says Wado. Grundy says, well, yep, is an option. Bont into Brayshaw next week. Not mucking about with it. Yeah, I feel like Grundy's is a great pick again. Like in Battle of the Bridge, he's been so good. It's going to be hard to go against him, but Bont's got the Bombers. So I don't know. It's going to be an interesting one. But it's still okay for Dawson captain tomorrow. I brought in Grundy but used my VC on Whitfield Thursday, or should I take the 109 with the round it's bins? Depends what you're after, Susan. Depends where you're ranked. Do you need to make up ground? Are you happy with where you are? If you're happy with where you are and you don't need to take it on, I'd take 109. But if you're trying to make up points, then I'd go Dawson captain. Me, if I get Dunks in, I think Dunks into Baz, says Will. Yeah, that could be a good shout because Dunks has got the ceiling. Or if I don't, Grundy or Bont VC. Yep, A-Swish captains for next week. Brayshaw 1, Grundy 2, Gawn 3, Baz 4, Holmes and Bont 5. Yeah, it's a good list there, A-Swish. Nicky Joe, Bont has calf flag. Maybe if they're up a bit, they bench in the 4th. They've done it previously. Actually, that's a good point. I probably won't go Bont because of that reason, Nicky Joe. Bont will probably go well, but I probably won't VC him because there's a chance that they rest him. Whereas Grundy, for example, wouldn't get rested. Or you go Dunkley into like a Baz or something, or you go Baz into a Gawn or someone like that. So, yeah, I'll have to look at that. Because technically, if Marshall doesn't go great tomorrow, I could go Marshall to Gawn and go Doherty to Sinclair. Oh, actually, no, I wouldn't be able to because Doc's probably going to drop a bit of cash, unfortunately, this week. He's probably going to be like 880. So I'm going to need probably 40, 50K. So I'd have to make money from Marshall going to Gawn, which I don't know if I'd be doing. So we'll see. We'll see what I can do. Trying to stay in the top 1K right now, which is why I'm playing safe and taking Whitfield's 109. Yep, that's a good point. That's why it's probably good where that's somewhere where I'd take it. Sydney rested Grain this week, so you know he'll pump it out next week for the Battle of the Bridge. Yep, agreed. All right, well, what we'll probably do, we'll probably switch over to the other game. Up to 76 likes as well, so just need 24 likes to get to the 100 again. I'll switch it over to the last quarter of the other game. But if you haven't smashed a like on it yet, please do. We just need 24 legends out there to smash the like button so we can get to 100, which is our goal for every stream. So Harley Reid's lining up for goal. So yeah, just need 24 people to smash a like if you can. Yeah, and Harley kicks a goal. Goal for West Coast. But I can't see them getting back in the game. I think they're just too far behind. Yeah, they're 41 points down, even with that goal. But Harley Reid's putting together some good games. Maybe he's an option for next year. 102 already. It's back-to-back tons for Harley. So he's probably an option we got to consider next year. So what do we got? What are we looking at here? What do we got from scores? Taranto's up to 94 as well. Nank 88. Ross 85. Looks here Campbell's got concussion as well. He was subbed out. McCarthy's up to 60. Like, I know I'd much rather like a ton, right? But 60, it's okay. Tim Kelly, 57, disappointing. A few people might obviously would have gone there as an option. If he gets to 75, 80, you're probably doing okay. But actually, I'm saying disappointing, but if you didn't get Parker, you'd be fairly happy with anything better than that, to be honest. Well, as a Parker owner myself, I'm like, I'd be happy with anything more than 50, to be honest. But is that McCarthy again? Yeah, McCarthy, +6. No, +5 because he gives the handball to Clay Hall. Give it back to McCarthy. Here goes McCarthy again. Kick it. McCarthy, you had to soccer it off the ground. Oh, McCarthy's got the free kick. Beautiful. McCarthy might get 70, 80. We'll take this. If he can save it late, that would be really handy. Mangintosh, please kick it out quick. Go to McCarthy. Dewar, go to McCarthy. No, you're not going to, are you? What an awful kick. Oh, no, that's not going to get to him. No, it's going to be a mark. By Hopper. Watchalong tomorrow, says Dylan. No, none tomorrow. Dylan, we've got... I'm going to Crows game, so no Watchalong tomorrow. Also, Dylan, I remember you said last night if Bont turned up, you would join the Patreon. So I wonder if will you join the Patreon? That is the question. Give it to McCarthy. Give it to McCarthy, Hoff. No, don't give to Owies. Doc will drop about 30 cases, Will. Yeah, it's going to be annoying. So it's probably just going to be... I would imagine that Dunkley will come in for me next week. I'll just go rookie down and up to Dunkley. And then maybe a couple of sideways switches the week after. Here's McCarthy again. McCarthy with a handball. Does I give it back to McCarthy? Oh, he got the handball away just, but didn't get it to him. Let's have a bit of a refresh, because I reckon... Is McCarthy on 70 now? Yeah, up to 70, McCarthy. If he can get to an 80, I'd be very happy with that. Considering that he was very slow out of the blocks for the first half. Taranto with the tackle. Was that free for West Coast or... Yep, free to Clay Hall. No, free to Hopper. Okay, umpires clearly don't know what's going on in the game. Sims with a mark. How much will Petrarca drop, says A-Swish? Probably not huge amounts. He turned up last week. Dot will drop about 20. No, you're saying about Petrarca will drop about 20k. Petrocelli, that is an awful handball. My boy Harley Reid with the ton says DJ. McCarthy getting involved a bit more now that West Coast are kicking it around this quarter, says Elizeno. McCarthy the GOAT, says Marco. Just a cash comp league. I'll stick with Dawson, captain. Enjoy the game tomorrow. Thank you, Susan. Appreciate it. Give it to McCarthy. Petrocelli looking bored. What are you doing? Flinney looking bored. Flinney looking bored. You probably got McCarthy. You've got McCarthy in there. No, you're going to go long. Why is he going long for? And he's going straight to Richmond. That is such a dumb kick. Should Dunks 102 last time versus Gold Coast be a consensus? Well, nah. He's in good form at the moment, Dunks. And I think with the way that the midfielders are this year, if you can get those ceiling scores, that's what's going to help your ranking. So I'm looking at Dunkley next week. Plus, I've got a couple of defenders in my midfield. So that's also another reason why I'm looking at going Doc up, putting one of those defenders into my defense again. Like, does Jinby ever want to, not run forward? Which is good for West Coast, but it's annoying as McCarthy owners. We want the ball to go to him. I owned him then as well. He was my captain that week, says we'll buy it. What do you get if you join the Patreon, says A-Swish. So every week you get a team review. You get the Patreon Q&A every Wednesday. So you get, and I answer every question. You get a guaranteed answer to any question you send through on the Patreon. If you send it through on the Saturday, I'm probably not likely to get to it in time. But if you send it through on it before the Friday, I'll get to the question. You get a guaranteed answer. And yeah, get a few things there. So if you'd like to join, it's only $10, $20 for the remainder of the season. It's because I paused the subscriptions once. There's another goal for Harley Reid. That'd be his first 110+ score of his career. Once the season's finished, I pause all subscriptions, so you don't get charged once the season finishes. Harley Reid up to 111. Duggan up to 105 as well. Taranto 99. McCarthy's up to 70. So yeah, I think we'd be pretty happy if McCarthy got to an 80, but I really need him to somehow get to a 90 from here and get to a really big score. McCarthy going at 40k so far, says Dylan. Where are you sitting for the Crows game, says Will. It's on the wing somewhere. I think it's section 138 or something like that, I think. Okay to trade at McCarthy after this week. He's on field and I could get him up to the top of the line, guys. Says, yep, JFL, AFL, MTB, you could definitely do that. So you're happy dunk with back-to-back 130s after I brought him in for a 78, says LM. Yeah, you'd be very, very happy with that. It's going to be recalled. Can we start bringing in red dots at this stage of the year, says Marco. Yes, you can. As long as you've got cover in each line. But yes, you can start bringing in a red dot if you need to loot with some players as well. Plus, as well, it's good to have a loot, so you got a red dot loot for captains and stuff on the run home. So it looks like Hoff is going to Hopper at the moment. Who would have thought Rosie to Reed and Cherry to Sweet were the moves, says Nicky Joe. Yeah, I know. Yep, good point. It's worth it because of Bell's legendary team reviews. Thank you, Will. Appreciate that. Well, no one's signed up to the Patreon as of yet, so I know that. I wonder if Dylan's going to hold up the end of the bargain. He said that he would join if Bont turned up, and Bont did turn up. Nank just got 100 points. Also, good move that I didn't bring in a non-playing player. Oh, Tom Cole's going to take the kick in here, isn't he? Are you going the showdown belt as well? Yeah, yep, definitely. Crows home one, so we'll be going to that one. Why is Tom Cole all of a sudden now taking kick-ins? Like, go away, mate. And see, like, West Coast are now just trying to go so quick, and they're not going to chip around much. Here's Harley Reid again. Jeez. Harley's going well. Might have been a play, you know. There's Jaiden short of the mark. We'll, Bells, you're a true gentleman, says yes. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that very much. Is Rosie going to play next week, says Elizeno? I think so. He was a test this week. If he was a test that week, they would. If it was going to be out for longer, they would have listed him as like 1 to 2 weeks. But they listed him as a test, so he was given every chance. I think he'll play, particularly being a showdown. Tough to have to cover in each line with these Rouston and Johnson subs. Hopefully Johnson's not the sub next week. He's good enough. Yeah, I don't know why Johnson or Rouston were both subs on Thursday night, but yep, if I had a stable income, I'll join the Patreon. All good, Ace Wish. If you want to join next year, feel free. There'll be a lot more content and stuff on there next year. This was like the foundation year, just getting it started. But yeah, there'll be a lot more stuff on there. So, but yeah, if you want to join it this year, great. If not, all good. We'll hope maybe get you in next year. Could I meet you somewhere, Bars, if I do go to the show? And it says, well, potentially, yeah, might be able to make that happen. Yep. I just got to call up Commonwealth Bank to confirm the sign up to the Patreon. Is that free kick to McCarthy? No, it's against McCarthy. Wait, no, it's not against McCarthy, surely. It's got to be against someone else that took someone out in the contest. I don't know how that's a free kick to Richmond, personally. I don't really know what happened there. And out of bounds, 7 minutes to go. Is hardly an option this season, says Chris. I'll tell you what, potentially, he's getting it done. So how... Oh, it's a free kick for High. But it should have been... Is that a free kick for McCarthy, though? No. Just knowing that Jonty Full bloody came out of nowhere. Like, mate, leave it. Leave it alone. Tim Kelly with a handball. Give it to McCarthy. Yes, I know. He dropped it. Oh, he bloody dropped it and no points. God damn it, McCarthy. And he's bleeding as well. He's going to have to come off for the blood rule. God damn it. Had the one chance to get a few points before he went off and he bloody fumbled it. Who out of Mills or McCurcher would you trade out first next week? Arguably, I'd say that I wouldn't trade at either, to be honest. Depends what else you've got. I'd trade Mills before McCurcher, even though Mills just turned up. Because McCurcher's role is still amazing, and he got tagged today. I think he's going to be better moving forward. I'd trade Mills out before him, but it really depends if you've got anyone else that you could trade beforehand. For a first-time fantasy player not touching my awful team until round 8, I feel like I've done decent. No, good work there, Ace Wish. Rouston or Liddy down to get Long to dunks. Or trade Colby up because Long has Tigers match up and Tom Mitchell won't be taking his mid-time and his tackles. No, I'm trading Long still. I'd be happy to do that. Go Rouston or Liddy down and then go Long to Dunkley. They're good trades, mate. I'd be ticking them off, Will. That might be McCarthy done for night 70 isn't terrible, says Elena. It's not terrible, but when he's a unique in my matchup, it is terrible, unfortunately. I can't afford... Like, it just literally, I feel like my matchup, I just keep getting players getting 60s and 70s. And I'm just not getting any ceiling scores from any of my uniques. Like, I'm relying heavily on Nasai, Baz, and Marshall tomorrow, which they could all go big, right? But I do need all of them to go big now. Rowston or Liddy down, then Bales. Probably Liddy down, because I wonder if Liddy's dropped just because he was subbed out tactically today. Whereas I think Rowston will still be fine. So I'd say that, but, oh, geez, that's dangerous tackle against McIntosh. Really? That was a double action tackle. Seriously. Do you think Rowston or Liddy be dropped? Liddy could be. I don't think Rowston will be. I feel like Rowston was just maybe getting a rest, but not really. I don't think it was the game to give him a rest, to be honest. Up to 84 likes as well. So we're still 16 away. And I'll be finishing up the stream when this game's done. So we've got 5 minutes to go. We just need 16 more legends to smash a like on the video. So if you haven't had, if you haven't liked it yet, please do. Didn't catch Hawthorn game, was more playing midfield as LM. I didn't watch too much of it, but someone said he was playing more just like as a mid forward. Like, still had time forward, had a few CBAs, played up the ground. Just his usual role, really. 5 minutes to go. Just have Kirch left to upgrade and kept my team 21 plus McCarthy. Worked very well, but struggling to get him off field without using a stepping stone. Yeah, well, obviously, if McCarthy's your 22nd player and McCurch is your next worst, if you can go McCarthy up, that's ideal, right? That's what you do. Or if you want to trade McCurch or you trade someone else, you do a small upgrade, bank cash, and then the week after another downgrade, then upgrade McCarthy. That would be what I'd say the plan would be too. Oh, Houghton, good mark. He's going to be a very good player for Richmond. I'm hopeful that McCarthy comes back on for a couple of minutes, but sort of wonder if that's him done for the night. Partly hope there's another goal, so then there's a chance to get him back on. There's Houghton. See, Houghton's unselfish. Like, he passes to his teammates when they're in a better position. Mansell, that'll be another goal to Richmond. Hopefully that means McCarthy's on with 4 minutes to go. Happy Moy got above 70, says Ace Wish. I did get something added. He must have got something added. I'm looking at tickets for Showdown, so expensive, but I might get one to meet my King Pal, says Will. Up to 85 likes as well, so we're 15 away. 15 likes away from 100. Any adjustments in the other game? No, Doc's still 77. No, Ashton Moy just got the 67. Ace Wish. So unless they've done a late adjustment and it's just not on the AFL app yet, then yeah. Kind of crazy Richmond have rebuilt faster than North in 3/4 of a year. Yep. Yeah, agreed. Thanks to the advices, Gahu. All good. Happy to help, Gahu. Would you tip off McCarthy to Warner via DPP or move on Jack Martin after 1 week? Probably depends on what Jack Martin does tomorrow, Chris. That would be what I'd say. Just wait and see what he does. Anyone know if McCarthy's back on or is he still off? What do we got? 86 likes. Now we're 14 away. We're slowly getting there. 14 more people. If you can get a like smashed up and get to 100, that'd be very much appreciated. Never mind, but 6-7 is still good for cash in. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, exactly. He's short again. Bales McCarthy's on, says Will. Okay, good. He came back on. So he's got 3.5 minutes to get 10 points would be nice. If he get maybe a couple plus sixes, maybe get to 80. Obviously 70 like from a rookie is still fine, right? But as a unique in my matchup, an 80 would be, well, any points he gets here could be important for a matchup. I don't know. I guess I'll have to see. JHF to Warner. and Johnson to rookie, or Doc to Whitfield and Horn-Francis to 650k or less forward. I don't love the 650k or less forward, to be honest. But JHF to Warner, Johnson to rookie sense. Oh, piss off, Jinby, you prick. Literally took the kick in and he just sprinted out when McCarthy was running there to get the kick in. You absolute prick. And yeah, that's what you get, mate. You turn it over and Richmond lining up for another goal. You absolute idiot. I don't like Jinby. He's just literally just a stupid footballer. He runs forward, doesn't consider anything else and just tries to get meterage. Like, mate, there's a lot more to football than just running. Idiot. Seriously, McCarthy's running there to take the kick in and this dickhead goes, yep, I'm going to get the kick in and I'm going to run out and sprint and turn it over. And Mansell kicks the goal. So no kick-in points for McCarthy and West Coast concede a goal. Idiot. Jinby's so stupid. Let McCarthy take the kick in, says Elzani. Agreed, 100%. He's just dumb. He's already got at least 50k as well. I'm not fussed about the money, Will. I need him to score points. He's my unique. How's your captain's challenge gone? It's gone okay. I had Grundy at 1. Dawson's at 2 playing tomorrow. I had Goulden at 3. That was disappointing. Whitfield at 4. And I got Baz at 5. So Baz and Dawson will probably determine how I go this week. My mate has him in his team. I'll tell him to trade it. Tell him to trade him out because he's stupid. Stupid footballer. I don't get what he was going to get from sprinting out and turning over. Like, seriously. The game's done. Just let your primary kick-in taker take it instead of being an absolute idiot and playing on. Ross with a tackle. See, Ross is going to get something in the 90s. Yeah, I don't think McCarthy's scoring anything else, unfortunately. I reckon he could be done for the night. So 70's not bad, right? But it's been a fairly high-scoring fantasy game, to be honest. Wait, why is my mail just opened? I don't know if it's even popping up on the screen, but get away. I don't want... Why has this done this? Go away. I don't want the mail open. That is just dumb. No, don't save. Go away. Go away, stupid mail. I don't know if you guys even... I don't know if it popped up on the screen. I probably didn't, but my mail just all of a sudden opened up on my screen. Go to McCarthy. Go to McCarthy. He hasn't kicked a goal. Oh, bloody Hutchinson, you idiot. Too busy bloody going, oh, I'll kick a goal. Pass to someone that hasn't kicked a goal before, mate. God, oh, players do my head in. And I know they don't care about fantasy, but... Yeah, and he's missed it. You idiot. Didn't even make the distance. How about you pass to someone that could actually potentially make the distance? Love to see Bales crash out. I'm just sick of players just taking the shit option all the time. Do I take Grundy Vice or Brayshaw captain, says Dylan. You definitely take Grundy VC. Just join Who's Winning, says Moonboy. Richmond by 49 points. But again, it's been another bloody shit day of fantasy, unfortunately. I wonder if that means Sunday's actually going to be good or if it just means that maybe this weekend is just going to be bad in general. Because Sundays are normally the shit day in fantasy. I'm hopeful that it turns out to be a good one tomorrow, but I don't know. 88 likes as well, so we're 12 away from 100. If you haven't liked it, please smash a like on the video. So 34 seconds. Come on, let's just get McCarthy a couple of last points. I don't think he will. I reckon he won't score anymore. I reckon that's it. Taranto on this run home, says Gehu. Dawson 150. I hope so, Will. My captain change was Grundy, Dawson, Holmes, Bont, Taranto. Says A Swish. We've got 25 seconds to go. Still need 12 likes. If you haven't smashed a like, please do. Don't know why my dog's barking. And Bazzo, that'll be a free kick against. Jeez, come on, man. Really? And then that'll be it. 8 seconds to go. There'll be no more points. And Sims will take his sweet-ass time, and he'll go short. Yep. And that's done. Another 70 from a player I've got on my team. Seriously? Oh, man. To be fair, 70 from where he was is fine, but this fantasy weekend has been so shit. Why do I get so excited for footy and fantasy on the weekend when it just lets me down every single weekend? I get so excited. I go, yeah, cool, we got fantasy again. And then it just turns out to be shit, as always. Sorry, Rose, you answered my questions, Footy Frenzy. Yes, I did. I said I'd go Horn Francis up and then Johnson to a rookie. I wouldn't want to go to a 650k or less forward. But then I don't want Doc either. That's frustrating because it's like there's not really anything you can do. You might just have to keep Doc for another week, Footy Frenzy. Harley Reid 117, chill out. What kind of dog do you have, Bales? Rottweiler and then a Husky Cross Staffy. We got 2 dogs. Can't take Grundy VCS, don't have a loot, says Chris. Happy with the 70 from where he was, says Will. I am, but it's also frustrating as an owner having him as a unique on field. I need some ceiling scores. My God, like why can't any of my players I've got get good scores? That was a great rundown from Maurice Rioli. But again, why does Hoff not know that he's coming behind him? Great smother as well. I don't understand how Hoff didn't know he was coming, to be honest. West Coast has a lot of very poor decision makers. Yep. Hey, Bales, Dawson or Smith for captain? I'd go Dawson out of those two, Gareth. Ivor Brown Border Collie, says Will. What is Whitford's break-in? Will he get away from us if we don't get in this week? No, he won't. No, he'll go down slightly. His break-in will still be above 100. So you can wait for another week and get him after the Sydney game. Nick Martin down to Whitfield. And Meek to Gawn. Or Zach Johnston Moyer, Meek to Grundy. I like the first option to get Whitfield and Gawn. That's much better than just a rookie trade and then Meek to Grundy. So I'd do the first one. It's going to be a 10-year reboot for us, I reckon, says Chris. Let's have a look at these scores from the game. So Jacob Hopper, top scoring with a 124. Taranto 124. He's kicked 3 goals. Should have played him in game day squad. I had him there and I thought about it, but I thought, no, I'll go Jack Steele. I think he could put up a monster. But, of course, Taranto was the pick. And he's been good last couple of weeks. Couple of good scores. Reed 117, Duggan 112, Nate 109. Ross turned up, so Ross was the pick. Jack Ross was the pick. 104. Vlosten 103. Hoff got a 103 as well. McCarthy got a 70. Well, it's fine. Most people will be happy with it. As a unique for me in a matchup, I'm disappointed, but can't really be disappointed with a 70. But, yeah. Tim Kelly 59, that's really disappointing. A lot of people brought him in this week. And 59, he just... I can't understand the fall off from him. He's completely fallen off the face of the earth. He used to be such a good player, and now he just doesn't do anything. And that's pretty much it. Well, Trainer got 16 from 55% game time. I don't know why Richmond have moved him from a halfback flank. He was playing really well as a halfback flanker, and now he's not doing anything. But, yeah. Still 88 likes. We still need 12. I do want to head off. I've been streaming for a long time. It's been an annoying day. So if you can help me out, make it a little bit better, smash a like so we can get 100 likes. We're still 12 away. I'm not going to be live for too much longer. So if we don't hit it, then that'll be the streak over. So make sure you smash a like, please. DJ, Sony 70s today, Butters, Petrarca, Doc, Kirch, McCarthy. Oh, I don't even want to know how many. And someone disliked, but they're probably going to like it again, I'm assuming. But yeah, we need 13 more or 12 more if someone disliked, but then to like it again. You can't pick Jack Ross to Spuds as well. Oh, you can because he's got a decent role and he was cheap. Bells, do you know how much Jack Ross will rise in cash? Probably 50k, something like that, because he turned up. what are we on? Still says 87 here. So still need 13. So you're up 50 cases. Well, there you go. I got a feeling that the streak is going to come to an end. I wouldn't going to be shocked if it was tonight because the 2 games tonight weren't great. But, yeah. We just don't have enough people, I don't think, tuning in anymore, to be honest, to get to the 100 anymore. There was a period at the start of the season, middle of the season, we're having well over 100, but we don't get that anymore just because a few people have tuned out from fantasy. We're up to 91, so we're 9 away. So we're very, very close. So if anyone hasn't smashed a like on it, please do. We just need 9 more to go. Then I'll head off and have my dinner because it's nearly 10:30 and I haven't had dinner yet. So I am very, very hungry. If you want to have a look at my rank, I really don't even want to look at my team, to be honest. But what are we looking at? Yeah, look at that. It's like Sheasel 102, but Doherty 77, McKercher 74, Mills 105, McCarthy 70. Still got Nasai to play, then got Dacos, Brayshaw, Dawson, Holmes to play, but then Bont 105, got Josh Dacos to come as well. Green 110, Merritt 99, Grundy 129. That score still be added. Got Marshall to play, Baz to play, Jackson to play, but then Petrarca 70, Parker 48. Warner 107 was good, but then Daniel 76. Like, there's just so many shit average scores. The only ceiling score over what? So what? The only score over 110 I've got is Grundy. He's the only one I've got. Like, to be fair, there hasn't been that many ceiling scores. Like, Heaney was the one massive one with the 166, and then Dylan Moore as well. But besides those two, like, yeah, Dunkley, was a big one. And then like Bailey Dale, but besides that, not many. So it's a few of these unique players that have got them there. 8 more likes to go. We're on 92. What's for dinner, Bells, says LM. I honestly don't know. Humphreys, Matthew Johnson, and Thilthott are my remaining uniques, says A Swish. Max, my round rank 91k at the moment. To be fair, I've had Caldwell on all 4 bullets this week. Jesus, that's a tough one. Hundreds coming, says yes. I hope so, mate. We still need 8. Some people have suicided their teams, says Will, and stopped this cruel game. Footy Frenzy, sorry for all the questions, but do you know how much Jot will go in price? Mate, don't poll us for the questions, mate. That's what we're live for. It'll go down about 20, 30k, something around there. Still need 8 likes. Anyone out there that hasn't done it yet or has got another account that they can help us get to 100? Let's have a look at this matchup. I'm not really want to look at this. So Hat Chat League 6. Let's have a look. So I've got Bailey Smith, Rowan Marshall, and Nasai left. And he's got Myers left. And that's it. So I'm still in it, right? So like Canelio and Parker almost cancel out each other. Petrarca, we'd actually no, but then losing points on both Petrarca and Parker to Kennedy and Canelio. He's getting McRae. So he's got Myers and McRae. He's got Myers and McRae. Merritt and Green obviously get the points back for the forward line, but then Dunk gets a few points. McCarthy went with Butters, which is nice, but then Doc was completely outscored by Dale. So now we're down to 90 likes again. I know people are probably trying to like it. If you guys like it, doesn't actually work. If you dislike it, then like it again. What's Hat Chat? It's another podcast, Will. Hat Chat podcast. So I'm 1172 at 129. So 1301. So I'm 100 and wait, what's that? 165 points down. Yeah, so I need Nasai, Marshall, and Baz to outscore McRae and Myers by 165 points. I just don't think that's going to happen. I'm going to need Myers and McRae to both go sub 90, and preferably one of them to put up like a 60, and then all of Nasai, Baz, and Marshall to all ton up big, like go 120s. So I don't think I'm going to win, which means that I'm very likely to be relegated, unfortunately, because I needed to win this week to stay in touch. Or I need the 3 people above me to all lose, which I don't think will happen. And there was another guy that I was playing. The guy I was playing next week was 7-6. He was 2 games away from me. So if I won this week, I'd be right there. And if I beat him, I'd go above one guy. So, yeah, it's not looking good, unfortunately. And I would be out of it. I need to outscore. Actually, no, I just need to outscore the other guys by a lot, but that's not going to happen. And one of the guys I need to lose is going to win, unfortunately. Yeah, I just don't think I'm getting there. We still need 8 likes. We're still on 92. So if anyone hasn't liked it yet, please smash a like on the video because I will be heading off very, very shortly. So if we don't get it, that will officially be the end of the streak in round 19, which is good, but it'd be good to keep it going. So if anyone's got a second account, third account, anything like that, and can get us 8 more likes, that would be very much appreciated. Tigers have 4th best run for mids rest of the season, says Will. Is Jack Ross an option as the only one I can afford from JHF if I want to go Dr. Witt? That is an option, right? You could go Horn Fronts to Ross and then go Dr. Whitfield, but Ross will make a bit of money. I don't know if you'd be able to afford it, but you might be able to do that. Hey, mate, how's things? How you going, Max? Not great, but it is what it is. It's just fantasy at the end of the day. At least you got a ceiling score. I'm still waiting, says Gareth. Yeah, I know, but I'm so invested in this matchup of mine that I need to keep winning, and it looks like I'm going to lose, which means I'm very likely to be relegated. Bales, go for a wildcard captain in Baz if you need to win. Maybe bank on a 150. Oh, but it's not going to... Nah, I'm not taking on a 129. I might gain 10 points if that. Tag from Winnie for Naz. Says they switch. That's what I mean, though. That's what Naz will get attention. That's what I mean. So, I think I went to 95 likes as well. So, we're just 5 away. That's what I mean. Nasai will probably get tagged against Geelong, which means that he's not going to go that well anyway. So, made another account nearly there, says Susan. Thank you, Susan. Appreciate that. If Ross goes 50k max and Dot loses 30k and Witt stays the same price, then I can just afford it. Well, Whitfield will go down slightly. Do you have to be a content creator to join Hatchet League? No, you don't. No, it's just for everyone that's there that listens to Hatchet. They do it at the start of the year. There's seeded leagues. We're now down to 92 likes. So I don't know if people would... If people keep unliking it and then like it again, it doesn't actually matter. It doesn't help anything. 5 minutes left in the 4th. Lead to ball up nothing, says Sean. What do you mean there, Sean? Freeze up Sinclair, hopefully, says Gehu. Odds on Smith being a lad, says David. I wouldn't put it past Geelong to do it again. They do it all the time, so... what are we on now? We don't have many watching. We've only got just under 30. There's a few people have tuned out, obviously. We're down to 90 now. I don't know what's happened, but I might have to head off. I think. Read above, says Sean. Oh man, they missed a dock tackle and never got added. Oh, okay. 5 minutes left in the 4th. Led to a ball up nothing. Oh mate, I've given up on Hat Chat. Sorry, not Hat Chat. No, I love Hat Chat. I've given up on Champion Data, to be honest. They don't know what a tackle is. They don't keep stats properly, so it is what it is, unfortunately. And it's disappointing because that's what leads to a cut. Now we're down to 89 likes. What the hell is going on? I thought we were on track for bloody 100, but we've gone down 6 likes in the space of 3 or 4 minutes. Back up to 90 again. Are people disliking the video, or is it just the way that the YouTube algorithm is working at the moment? Because that would be disappointing if people are disliking it. Let me have a look. No, it doesn't show up. Thanks, Bell's good watch song. Thanks, DJ. Appreciate it. So blatant, no one else tackled the guy, says Sean. Yep, I know. I'm hoping it's a late adjustment, but yeah, I guess we'll find out and we'll see, right? So Any late adjustment doesn't look like it. I'll give it 2 minutes, guys. We're at 3 minutes 43, 3 hours 43 for it. But I'm going to have to head off soon if we can't get these last 9 likes quickly. Which I don't know where the other... See, someone's it's gone again. Another like. I don't know what's going on with likes at the moment, but I'll give it like 2 minutes and then I'll have to head off because I need my dinner. It's 10:30 and I can't wait just to get the lights up. What do you think about the game today, says Bob Bell? I didn't enjoy him really today, personally, to be honest. The only thing good was I tipped Carlton and they won. It was a bit of a pot in my league, so that's something. But besides that, I haven't really enjoyed today, to be honest. It's been one of the footy days I haven't enjoyed much. A dislike doesn't take off a light. They're separate. Some punts is probably just unliking it, says A Swish. Yeah, we had 95. I thought we were going to get there. There was a bit of hope that I thought, yep, just 5 more. A few people normally come in late and smash a light, but then it's back down at 91. So I just don't know what's gone on, to be honest. I'm just going to check and see on YouTube to see. I'll quickly have a look and then I'll have to head off. So if we can get the 9 lights done now, then great. But if not, I'm going to have to head off. Which would be disappointing because we've had a streak for so long and it's going to finally come to an end, I reckon. Let me have a look. Why is it open the mail again? Go away. I don't want the mail open. So we're at 93 again. So we're starting to go back up again, but still need 7. And we've needed about 8 or so for a while now. Let's have a look. I want to see what's happening with this. If it is bugging out we did get to 100 or if it's just... No, I don't want to use my pass key to confirm it's really me. I'll put my password in. Thank you very much. $94 likes, so we're now 6 away. What do you... How is that the wrong password? Thank you. God. So 6 likes. Can we get there? Can we get there? Not down to 93 again. Whoever's liking it and then unliking it, it doesn't make any difference. Or if you just like doing it to be funny, it's not too funny, to be honest. Why is this taking so long to load? Finally. Let's have a look. So 95 likes. We're back up to 95 again. So we need 5 more. If anyone can do us a favour and smash a like again. Yeah, so what's that? There've been a few that have disliked it. Well, there's one person's disliked it. Which seems to be, someone does it every now and again. It's just very, very weird. So just 5 more. Here you go. I'll give it. We're 3 hours 47 minutes now. I'll go 3 more minutes to see if we can get these last 5. How do you join the Hat Chat League? Bales says Will. They do it at the start of the year. So you just join the overall league, and then the top coaches that get promoted. But they do it at the start of every year. So it's too late now, but try it next year. Try entering the overall league. Good night, Bales, today, Swish. Good night, mate. Hope you had a good day. Can you like yourself, Bales? I'm not going to like it myself. Just because I want to get 100 without me doing that. Was that a clear role change for Dillamore, says Chris? No, I just think it's his normal role. He just had a really good game. Lock in, guy, says Will. Sean, once again in our league, the guy I'm up against is going massive. Rank 400 coming into the week, and I'll miss the 8. Yeah, I'll miss the 8 as well, I think, in that cash league, Sean. Up to 97. We just need, if there is 3 more people out there that haven't smashed a like on the stream and can just do us a favour and smash a like, That would be fantastic. He a massive pod midday, says Sean. Yeah, he was amazing today. I think it was his best career game, I think. Which is no surprise. He went absolutely mental. 166 was massive. I wish I bloody... I could have brought him in the week that I went... Was it the week I went Dacos? I could have gone Heaney. And I wonder if I would have traded Heaney up until this point, or if I would have kept him. I really wonder. What I should have done, Ross and Grundy, what I did, Meek and Parker, at least McCarthy recovered well. Yeah, and it shouldn't be that big a difference between Ross and Grundy and then Meek and Parker, but it is, because Meek was poor, and then obviously Parker was whatever that was. We're up to 98, just two more people. There's 2 more legends out there watching. You can just do us a favour, and then we'll be done for the night. I got him in round 11, being massive, says Sean. Yeah, that's when I should have got him. So maybe it wasn't Dacos, maybe it was someone else. Maybe I got someone else instead of Heaney. But I should have got him. He was value, and I decided against it, and it just shows that value is key in fantasy. Go for value. Could have got Caldwell, could have got Sinclair, could have got Heaney, could have got a lot of people. Unfortunately, I have not done those. Are we going to get these last 2? I tried to like it on my other account, but it said I can't view the video. Very weird. I'm not sure, Will. I don't know what's going on there. Just need 2 more. Just 2 more likes. Luckily went Warner over Parker today as well. Yeah, 50-50. I would have gone Warner. And again, that comes down to my call when I brought Warner in over Sinclair before the buys. If I'd gone Sinclair then, because they're the same price, I would have got Warner today, and I would have been fine. I would have got a ton and then a Grundy score, and I'd be pretty happy. But I got a Parker 48, so that really, really annoys me that I got such a shit score from a player that was 850k, well, 860k. I'm keen for finals and North fan. Can't wait for the season to be over, says Callum Fife. Says, night bars, I'll wake up to 100 plus lights in the morning. See you. Thank you, Susan. Appreciate it. I hope we do, but it's been a couple of minutes and there's been a few adjustments to viewers, but there hasn't been any likes. So I think everyone that's viewing now has probably liked it, unless there's someone out there that hasn't done it yet, which if you haven't, please do that. I'd hate to finish on 98 likes and that be the end of the streak. Give me a set, Bales. I'll try and like it on my other account again. Thank you, Will. Appreciate it. Just need 2 more. Oh, we need 1 more. So, Will, we got 99. You might be able to get us to 100 if you can get onto the other account. 1 more to go, says Caleb Fife. Yes, 1 more to go. Made me another account should come through. One should come through now. It says LM. Hopefully. No, it's down to 98 again. I'm going to my other account. Hold up, says Zach Regan. I find it funny that we're waiting for this for likes. Just for it probably doesn't actually matter in a grand scheme of things because a few people did like it already anyway. But just as a streak, I want to keep the streak going. I want to see if we can keep this going to the end of the season. That's probably why I'm so keen to keep it going. $99. We're back up again to 99. One more. We're going to get 1 more. There we go. Finally, we got 100. We got 100. We got there in the end. Took a while, but that is why I do say during the game to try and smash the likes up because we do. It does sometimes get very, very close for comfort. But we did reach it again. Yep, we are on the ton. Ziggy's Bricks at 100. Yep, we got there again. Should be the ton. It says LM. Yep, we got there. So, yep, thank you for those that did make an extra account just to get us there. You just remember yourself that you kept the streak alive. We're up to 102, so we've gone over now. So appreciate everyone that smashed up likes once again. Very much appreciated. But yes, thank you for tuning in. Wasn't a great day fantasy, but we moved to tomorrow. Hopefully the Crows can win and make this weekend at least something enjoyable. But yes, we'll be live tomorrow night for our round review as always. We'll probably be live at like 8:30, 9 p.m. Eastern time, just because by the time I get back from the Crows game and set up. But yeah, so we'll be live tomorrow night. Looking forward to the round review. Well, probably not, maybe, because my team's been shit, but I guess we'll see. But thanks for everyone for tuning in. Anthony Bresson, monitoring 1 2. Yes, yep, no, thank you to everyone that's liked it. Yep, we did get it done. So I'm going to head off, have my dinner. But yes, thank you everyone for tuning in, as always. And yeah, we'll catch you guys tomorrow night for our round review. So thanks, everyone. Good luck tomorrow in the last few games. Hope you smash it a good score, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow. So thanks, everyone. Have a good night. See ya.